Prime one, that's him. Scott, thought you thought, but I wasn't born yesterday. All I do is ball. You goofies underestimate. Heavyweight bag, step on your weight class. I done moved across states, but I can't cap. Strap with it on my pivot, clocking digits. Rock hard and I ain't even in the kitchen. I'm on a mission to move soft, make a thing flip like a moonsault. Keep a switch for everybody through salt. Face froze, somebody check dude pulse. Is you stepping or stepped on? Wake the game up, make them regret I was slept on. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. I'm getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true boat, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah, it just hit different. You find my story is all non-fiction. I put my family for me and I gotta mention. I keep an air fan tone mob a henchman. For you squares, option for opposition. And you ops, I get popped trying to stop my ascension. Talking generational, you got my attention. Underworld motivational, you feel the sensation. Try to see how I look, get booked, I'll take it. I was just a cook, all it took was some patience. Now my phone off the hook, I got hella deals waiting. You ain't really made it unless you got somebody hating. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. Getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true boat, brother, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah.
I said, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Top of the top, baby.
Morning.
Come on now. We in the building for another edition of what?
Afternoon,
Wake.
Yo. Game up.
Game up.
Yes, sir.
Afternoon style.
Fella. Yes, sir. Top of the top, man. How everybody doing today, man?
Tuesday.
Come on
It's
now.
already time for a refill.
Come on now. 100%. We got Chase in the building. Nice thumbnail, fellas. Orange Crush in the building.
Of course he's gonna
Yeah.
love that shit.
Big Bogart Nicks in the building, man. 100%. Shout out to Chase. Top of the morning, King D. California in the motherfucking building, man.
What up, King D? Chase? Folks in the chat.
100%, man. How everybody morning starting out?
Caffeinated.
Going.
Come on,
It's
now.
halfway over for me.
Yeah, I got about 40 minutes before.
Well, you know, on this world of opposite way.
It's a nice evening, and I'm down to consume a few more of these by the end of the show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Feel my shit back up.
man.
Appreciate everybody tuning in to the Gen Wealth Net.
Shout out to the whole motherfucking chat, man. We in the building on this Tuesday morning, Taco Tuesday morning. Shout out to my dog Jay Will. Taco Tequila Tuesday, my dog Jay Will say, man. Ignorant Thinkers podcast tonight, 5 p.m. and stay tuned live, 7 p.m. 100%. Shout out to the whole gang.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just thinking about how close we are to making this Tuesday a freaking waiver wire Tuesday. But just how many more days we got away? Like 170? What is the number, Lee? I know you're kind of
track.
keeping track. What was your last
For
count?
Vegas?
No,
That's
for
60.
NFL.
For the first game.
We're 72 days away.
Oh shit! So there you go. Less than 80 days, we'll be making waiver claims and talking about it. Week 1, week 5. You know that first 5 weeks. Love waivers.
100%.
That sometimes makes your season a little extra special.
No, yeah, we're
back.
74 days away from kickoff.
Man, it's getting close.
Yeah, them motherfucking waiver wire picks do be key for your fucking season, dog. 100%, man.
It
Oh
seems
my
like that first 5
Because-
weeks too.
Okay,
You get hit
we
early,
first
and
have
then all of a
Ve-
sudden you get that huge advantage. Just like
we
out of
have
nowhere.
two kickoffs.
Yeah,
We have a
working
Vegas
up.
kickoff, and then we have an NFL kickoff.
For sure.
Oh my mama. Yeah, but them waiver wire picks though, like last year, I was doing the top 36 plays of not quarterbacks, but wide receivers and running backs, and then only the top 12 QBs and tight ends. But this year, I'm gonna expand that shit to 24 QBs and probably 20 tight ends, 100%, and 40 the top 40 plays on my spreadsheet, 100% on my mama, so we could start tracking trends. That's how I did last year when we was doing the waiver wire, just to be able to track the trends, and the motherfuckers that's balling out every week, starting to get consistency with whoever they locked in with, or the ones that's not getting consistency, 100%.
Yeah, analytics. The more you know. We need to get one of the drops.
I'm gonna see if I can
The little star across the screen. You could do that.
Sheets
Let me take notes. The more you know.
right here. Watch this shit. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is how I was getting down last year, though, on my mama.
I was gonna say, speaking of the more you know, I have the bow nose design up on the Neon Peacock
That's right.
website. Summer sale going on right now. $14 t-shirts, $16 extra soft t-shirts, up to 35% off everything else on the website for the rest of the month, all the way up to the 30th of June. Neon
Gang
Peacock merch.
in the motherfucking building.
Bang.
So this how I was doing this week 16 and 17, right? But see, I'm learning how to get the shit a little bit more a little bit more professional looking. I'll show you my other shit. But see,
Spreadsheeting it.
and I was tracking every week, what everybody was doing. Just to, track the trends. And so we'll go back and go to week 7 through 9. Oh, that's 2024. Oh, the last year was 2024. See how it's a little bit different?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was tracking everything from week 1 all the way through the final shit, bro. I'm out.
Yeah.
Dog over there snoring like a motherfucker. But yeah, man, this is how I get down. Every fucking week, man. You got to track them trends.
Impressive.
Come on now. Oh, my mama. Matter of fact, I gave Lee access. Lee had access to some of the shit on everything.
Yep.
Right.
Cool.
That's just to help out with the waiver wires. You know what I mean? Give you a little bit more in depth of what's going on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You want to go to the streets, big bro?
Yeah, let's take it to the streets.
Oh, you didn't sound like you was ready to go to the streets.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody.
I got you,
I'm
big
team
man.
No sleep, man. I'm team no sleep.
That's them waiver wires.
Yeah, those damn baseball wipers will kick your ass. Pause. No, I had to take over my buddy went on vacation for a week with his wife in Michigan, and he left me his 16 baseball teams to do his lineups. So I had mine 11, and I had to do his 16. So
you
no
have
matter
to
what, and we're
financial
in the same
compensation for
freaking
that.
league together. So you know what I did? I did mine fucking first.
Hey, like Peacock said. Hey, like Peacock said, if bro went any in the motherfucking leagues, he got to kick you down some.
Yeah, you get some financial compensation for
And
your
he
efforts.
texted me this morning. He goes, "You forgot one of my leagues." I go, "Motherfucker, that ain't 16 teams is enough. That's too much to me."
That's overtime.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. He's like,
Overtime. They got an
That's a lot
NBA
of
Jam overtime drop.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah.
Uh,
I picked the
Overtime.
guys. I
I'll be
picked
right
them up.
back.
I picked the bottom of the barrel guys up for him anyways. I don't give a
God,
shit.
bro. That is
Well, he
really
gets what he
overtime,
deserves.
bro.
Yeah.
I was like, this morning I was like, I got the show, and then I go, I'm gonna be out to like, I'm good. Boom shakalaka. Well, 86% of the NFL draft picks are signed to this point.
86%.
86.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shamar Stewart is one of them that ain't. He's part of the 14% that ain't.
Is that good or
Yeah,
bad?
Well, the number 2 pick, Travis Hunter, he signed his deal on Sunday, I believe. I think he signed a $46 million contract with a hefty $30 million signing bonus.
Yeah, that shit with Shamar Stewart. I think they got some weird shit in the contract that they're trying to pull over and that they haven't done before.
Well, that was what the Bengals still haven't came to conclude. They remain at an impasse, they're saying, but there's still an option for him to re-enter the draft or a trade to another team.
They're willing to trade him, you said?
That's what it says here. It says there's an option for him to re-enter the draft or trade to another team, which I've never heard before. I've heard the re-enter the draft, but not a trade to another team unless they give him the draft capital that he would have cost. I do not know how that would work.
That's crazy.
I'd just be like,
Well,
just get out there. You're drafted.
Right, bro. What the fuck?
Well, several Bengals players are ripping the organization for contract negotiation with star players, saying the organization is poorly run in Cincinnati.
That's what it all comes down to.
Remember they had to sell TVs last year.
Yeah, they were bargain discount.
They was selling used TV. They was the used TV outlet for sure.
I wonder if like their financial advisor was like, "Hurry, Walmart's doing a special. We gotta get out there before they do.
Prices.
Come on, we get it."
Well, the only team that can they got the falling prices. They got the owners.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Smells like hot dogs and American light beer.
Well, several Browns wide receivers and Deontay Johnson believe Kenny Pickett will emerge as the starting quarterback after camp's competition. Well, Deontay Johnson should talk. He's like, I'm on this team one day, the next I'm on another. And then I go to another. So
how many times did he get cut last year?
He was 3 times. Was that 3 times, Peacock, on different teams?
Is he back? Is he back with? Yeah, because he was
He's
Texans,
back with the Browns.
Ravens.
He did almost
Carolina,
all
I
the
think.
North.
Carolina.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, man. He done had a meltdown or something, bro.
His brain is fried.
Damn.
He's trying to play for the whole league.
Was he there? And was him and Kenny Pickett there at the same time in Pittsburgh?
So. I want to say they were.
Yeah, they were.
That's why he didn't have good numbers And he left.
Yeah.
But he's vouching for him now. He's going to get cut by week 3.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
got
know
no
what?
use.
I
It
give
ain't gonna
it
last
to him
long.
though. You know, even though that might be the truth, that might be the true situation, right?
Bro.
But damn, I mean, everybody's got to have a job, and
Give
I
him his
will
facts.
keep
Gotta
going
have
as long as they're willing to
All hands.
keep you out there on the field. At least you've got a shot. That's
Well, I got to think of something. If Kenny Pickett becomes a thing, we need like a drop or a small hands deal or something.
I think
I think that Burger King commercial we could just put the guy.
Right. I'm trying
Five-finger
to-
discount for Kenny Pickett.
right. I'm trying to think of something my damn self.
he's
I
got
literally
2
have
or
bigger
3
hands than
seasons in the what is the UFL? What's the spring league called? The
Oh, the
Yep, the UFL.
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 Yeah, he's got a couple of those seasons coming, I'm sure.
Well, the
Yeah, the
Kansas City.
fucking Bryce Perkins looked pretty good. My bad, Lee.
Yeah, no,
Bryce
it's all good.
Perkins looked pretty good in that fucking UFL. He had
Yeah,
a
he
little
did.
stint with the Rams.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah. And that's all they're really fighting for is the opportunity to be a backup. They're like I ain't got no
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm gonna be a starting quarterback, but give me the backup spot. That's the best job in the world. That's
Oh,
that.
my mama, that running back that was
At least
trending not too long
that's-
ago on Sleeper. I think they said he was the leading rusher in the UFL. The one that went to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah.
trending
Oh,
on Sleeper
yeah.
not too long ago.
Mhm.
Peacock, how much is Davis Mills? How much was he making? Was he one of the higher paid?
Backups.
Who
I think he got
who's
9
a
mil?
high paid backup? Like not because it was a competition, open competition, but like an actual backup.
he got a $5 million contract for a 1-year extension, so it wasn't a lot.
No, yeah, there's others that are like, isn't
Oh, but
is it?
no, never mind. But it was a $2
Remember
million
Gardner
signing
Gardner
bonus.
Minshew? Wasn't he like doing like $15 million
Yeah,
contract?
that's probably a little higher. I
Yeah,
think
that
Davis
Raider
Mills-
contract was like 15 million.
Yeah, I
What?
feel like that's probably still one of the higher end backup contracts if he's still on that.
All right, to the highest
There
paid
you go.
backups, you got looking at Joe,
Cousins is the highest paid backup.
Bogart just
Joe
said it right there.
Flacco's getting
Kirk Cousins.
4
That
and
is
a
not a
half.
competition. I guess that is definitely not a competition anymore.
100%. Oh my mama. I ain't
Deshaun
mad
Watson-
at
4
it.
million.
Isn't Deshaun Watson still getting paid?
Yep,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, he is.
And he's not even a backup.
It's definitely.
They told bruh just to go sit at home.
He's like, oh, he
Just stay away from the facility, my G.
He's got. He's going out for.
Well,
Uh,
Jared Stidham, Marcus Mariota, and Tyrod Taylor are all getting $6 million apiece.
Oh, Tyrod's still in the league.
Yeah,
Davis Mills has
Tyrod,
a
I
six,
got the
6
needle
mil
in me.
guaranteed.
we're all grown ups. We gotta have a job.
hey, Tyrod was like, "Thank you." What was the Jordan Travis? Thank you, Jordan Travis, for just saying,
Yeah.
hanging him up. Oh, everything. I get to be the number 2. Oh, everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to
Well, I
the
don't know if any of you fellas have
Mercedes Lewis
offensive
retired.
linemen.
And he like 40 something.
They're actually probably calling him up right now and saying, "Hey, you want a job?"
You got 5 million for me right now? I'll come out of retirement.
You know what?
Oh,
If you're on retirement, I think you actually change your number, and then
Yeah.
and then you don't talk to nobody again unless you got their number and you contact them. But
Come on now.
they can't get you. They can't
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Bogey said it
remember on
best.
Ballers they went and got bruh from the car lot. I mean, from the car dealership. He was the tackle. I think he was. They came and brought bruh from the car dealership. Oh my mama.
Hey, JD, season 2 of the quarterback starts soon too.
What'd you say, big bro?
Oh
The
yeah.
season 2 on
Season
Netflix
2.
of the quarterbacks.
Oh,
That's
and
starting
and who's the quarterbacks on there?
I think it's I know Kirk
Goff.
Cousins. Hold on.
Kirk
Goff.
Cousins back for a second year, huh?
Cousins, Goff, and then I think who's the headline quarterback? Oh, Burrow.
Goff. Oh, Burrow, Joey B. Oh, we got some swag on. Well, Kirky got a little bit of swag, 100%. Oh, my mama. But golf is a dedicated Jordan wearer on that field, man. So that's one of the reasons why I fuck with golf, man. He know what he's doing, 100%. He's staying with J's on.
A little inside of the Detroit Lions is probably more interesting to me than the strict life of golf, but I'm sure we'll get plenty right. I mean, that usually gets a little team influence inside of these.
Yeah,
What do you call them? Like, because they jump back and forth per episode. So, like, you know how, like, they jump from player to player? What would that transition be? And what would those, like, situations? So, it's like chapters in Burrow's season 2, episode 1.
They'll do stuff also
You know, I
like
don't know.
injuries. They'll show them all.
But
in the
anyways,
locker rooms.
none of them are related just because they're different people, obviously. So, when you're watching it, there's got to be a way to do it to where like you could catch up. I guess that's what the first 5 minutes are on the episode. The shit that
I didn't even watch the first season of that shit.
no.
It's okay.
I saw some
Actually,
of it.
you can actually watch a few of them back to back, and then be done in a few days. Because there's only like 6 to 8 episodes, if I remember. I don't remember it being a super long season.
Oh yeah, I might have to fire that bitch up. When the new one drop, Lee?
I think it's July 8th, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Kirk Cousins isn't a bad choice, and I'm not surprised they brought him back for a second season. Then last year was Mahomes and whoever the fuck was it? Oh, Mariota. Yeah, that shit was not that tight. Mariota got hurt, and then
Where was he at? Washington last year?
yeah, he was kind of sorry, really. You know, he was gonna get replaced pretty quick, and he did. But he got hurt because of whatever. But he was really, really bad looking. I think Jaden was definitely gonna win out sooner than later, anyways.
Hey, JD, didn't the Chiefs sign Jawan Taylor? Was it this offseason?
Yeah, that was from the left tackle from the Niners or a swing tackle from the Niners.
Well, I guess he's an offensive tackle. Well,
Yep.
they just came out and said Jawan Taylor is not considered a lock to be the team's starting right tackle in 2025.
Oh wow.
It's like, holy shit.
So that must mean, huh?
Didn't they just draft someone too? Unless
Yeah, they
it's the
took Simmons, so Simmons must be healthy then.
What the fuck? I know they dropped some money on him too. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I think they gave
got some breaking news.
Taylor 2 years, 30 million, 15 a season.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers just announced that this is going to be his final season.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Oh man,
This
I
is
thought we were.
Oh,
Via
so
the
we're
Pat
gonna have
McAfee
a
show.
Rogers Swan song season.
Yeah, one last ride. The last dance.
I thought they were gonna say that he retired.
Will Howard season.
Oh,
He saw the team, he's
Yeah,
like-
I got him in a few leagues, so that's gonna be nice.
That's crazy. So, but it allows probably when he accepted his contract, he probably told Tomlin and them only got 1 year left in me, and they got like 11 or 12 picks in next year's draft. So yeah, they already starting to recruit to see who they
got
gonna bring
4
in next year.
second-round picks. They can go. Oof. Yeah. But now, as for the New York Football Giants, it's a matter of when, not if, the Giants turn the team over to quarterback Jackson Dart this season.
If what you think, if they're based on if they're winning or losing, is what speeds up the process?
Exactly.
Probably start out 0-4. What's their schedule?
They got the second one. They got the second. They got lucky to get 2 or 3 wins. If that,
Oh man,
It's pretty brutal.
it's brutal.
Let's see.
They got the second second to last schedule. That's the worst in the league. Strength of
Week
schedule wise,
one,
it's horrible.
Week 1 Commanders, Week 2 Cowboys, Week
They're gonna
3
start off
Chiefs.
0-6. I know that.
Damn.
Week 4 Chargers. No, they can beat the Saints in Week 5, but then they got Philly and then Denver and then Philly and then San
They
Francisco.
play their whole motherfucking division, it seemed like.
They're gonna
Yeah.
be like 1-7, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said Dallas, fucking Washington, and who else you?
The
Washington,
Chargers are on that schedule.
Washington, Dallas, Kansas City, the Chargers. Then they have the Saints. Then the
That's
Eagles,
ridiculous.
Broncos, Eagles, Niners.
They play the Eagles within 3 weeks,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Weeks
Yeah,
4,
their division.
week
Hey, if they're gonna
6.
make it to the playoffs or have any shot, bro, they gotta be within that first 7 weeks, because they're gonna have a lot of ground to make up. 100%.
They're
should
gonna
just
be
start
digging the
dark now.
hole. Paul's out.
Damn.
Well,
Oh, who's there?
as
It's
for
Russell
Peacock's
Wilson?
Texans, Nick Chubb says he's fully recovered and back to full speed.
That's great because when Joe Mixon went down, we were like Cam Akers and Dario Gubawale and all the like. We would just it was a nightmare for fantasy. So it was a nightmare for the team trying to hodgepodge a committee backfield when Mixon's injured. So yeah, if you have a fully healthy guy who can step in and command 20+ carries for a game like the way that Mixon can, then that's just a good backup and or 1-2 punch, right? If he's really back to what he was pre-injury, which is not what we kind of saw last year, but before the devastating injury, then we know that he can tote the rock, and it's a little bit different than Mixon. Mixon will kind of like try to catch the edge and get around people sometimes, and then lower his shoulder. And I think that Chubb kind of does it the opposite way. He'll lower his shoulder, break through the line, and then he's gone. So it's a good combo. We'll see how it works out. But right now, a couple weeks ago, he was the only one in camp. Mixon wasn't around, so it was a good move for the Texans in case something.
Were you able to see any footage of him during camp, maybe toting a rock or doing any exercises, anything, bro?
Yeah, Chubb was, he looked just normal, so nothing crazy. I mean,
Oh.
it was mini camp, so a couple of handoffs from Stroud and stuff like that, but didn't really see him doing much in the passing game or anything like that. So most of the
Just to
focus
see
was
him
on
running
the-
and cutting and shit like that, though, that's the thing, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Same with us
basic-
with CMC, though,
basic
just to
drills.
see him out there in the fucking the shit that they just had, you know what I mean? That motherfucking just to be out there running and cutting, not having no motherfucking exemptions or nah, bro. You can't do you only can do this for today. You feel me? Fuck that. We want to see this shit get fired up. Oh my mama.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how they use him or what the plan's going to be. If he's going to be just a straight backup, or if he's going to get, intermixed there and they try to run the ball a lot. Kaylee, he's coming from a team that just gave the ball only to Kyren, so they just had that one featured back in that offense last year. So if it's going to be very similar, then that's probably what you get. But if you go back a few years before that, when he was with the Patriots, we all know that they kind of had a power back and then like a feature receiving back that they used a lot. So we'll see what they tend to try to do. I think that's why they drafted Woody Marks, and so I think Chubb's more of just like an insurance. But if he's good to go and he's looking like he did a few seasons ago, then maybe he'll push for playing time. Not too sure on that. I think that Damian Pierce has now been relegated to like backup special teams duty. So the running back room is finally bulky there. It looks good. It's good. It's always good for when NFL teams have two solid, options in the backfield, at least to carry the rock. And when a game's out of reach or you have a lead, you want to be able to pound the rock effectively. So another big bodied back like that is good. Nick Chubb's impressive. He's already squatting over 500 pounds again and all that stuff. So he looked really good.
Yeah, that dude's a freak of nature.
Yeah, I mean, so to come back from that knee injury and be doing that, will he be
Not just once,
the
but
same?
twice.
Yeah, will he be the same? Probably not. But if you can get close to what he was, before this last knee injury, then it's good, because he had already shown that he can come back from the injury and still be a valuable piece of an offense. So we'll see. Time will tell. But that's good that he's saying that he's 100%. If he's saying that he feels 100, then that's good. We hadn't heard that last year.
Well, the New Orleans Saints rookie Tyler Show wants a 4-year contract guaranteed, and that is what's holding up the negotiations.
Boom shakalaka!
What number did he get drafted?
I don't know what he got
They
drafted.
got what they get the linebacker? No, they got a D tackle at. I mean, an O tackle at number 10.
It's second or third.
I think it was second or third round pick.
So if he was a second or third round pick, that motherfucker ain't getting no guarantee. What do you want? A 4-year, $10 million contract? Like what? And they got to be slotted. I know the first round picks are slotted. You feel me? You know, Sam Bradford was the last motherfucker to get over on the NFL with his rookie contract, 50, 60, 70 million, whatever it was when he got drafted out of Oklahoma. Other than that, they changed that shit.
NFL, he was second round, 40th pick.
40th pick, yeah. So, I mean, even though he played a quarterback position, no, that does have something to do with it. Excuse me. 100%. Let me shut up.
He also had 7 years experience in college.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think it was maybe a play style that they liked. And do they feel comfortable starting him this season? I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know.
It's him or the Rat Man. I think them is the only two that's over there. Oh, I think maybe Jake Hayner's still there.
Yeah, he's there. They got the 3 young kids.
Oh my mama, but yeah, it's either the Rat Man or the Shoke kid, 100%. Or Shoke is an OG. Excuse me, he ain't no kid. He probably my age, 100%. No, everything.
The
Football experience. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Right now.
My bad, Lee.
That has to be the cheapest quarterback room in the league right now. It has to be.
That's
There's
not
not even $1 million man on that.
Hey, you ain't no good for that one, bro.
Yeah, if you're
Sorry, Spencer.
intentionally not be good, I guess that's a great.
Unless they're
I got it
intentionally
right
trying
here.
to tank.
Second round selection quarterback may have to wait until after picks 35 through 39 have signed their deals so that a precedent is set.
Oh
for
my
Rangers
mama,
to
yeah, that
elect.
shit kind of like. But see, I think only thing is that his position might have some, maybe a little something to do with it as well, too. though.
Yeah, he was the
being
third
the
quarterback.
quarterback,
He was the third quarterback taken in the draft.
The old saying, the players gotta play. So,
Yep.
Regardless of what they're making, they should be playing as hard and as best they can. So, whatever. If they're not making money right now, maybe they will in a year or two, whatever.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts quarterback, Daniel Dumbass Jones, has taken a significant lead over Anthony Richardson in the battle to be the Week 1 starter.
I think this is the same story from like 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, but Richardson basically has been in camp, but he's doing jack squat.
There's really no actual ongoing competition because there's no availability through Richardson. So
he's a runner by default.
Well, it looks like
Daniel Jones is the best quarterback. He's going to be the next what's his name? Darnold.
Yeah. Well, Jalen Ramsey has made it known that he wants to be traded to a team on the West Coast, which is the Rams, the Chargers, or the 49ers.
All right.
He prefers the West Coast.
I mean, isn't he still in Miami?
Yeah, but they're having a hard time. Pause to try and trade him. I guess with that contract, no one wants to pick it up. I don't know what he's getting, but I don't know what that is.
I want to say he had like 21 million, maybe 25 or something like that.
Up there.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Okay, he is.
Send him to the Seahawks. Hey, Brandon.
Oh, he signed a 3-year, $72 million deal. Okay.
Dude, just finish.
What's up, Brandon?
He's on the beaches over there in Miami. Like, what's he complaining about?
Yeah.
I think him and McDaniels got into it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap. He's not going to be on their team this year. It's just that, they trade, like Lee said, that fucking contract and, a team taking that on.
Well, Miami's got to take a lot of that contract on if they want to get rid of him, I think.
Is that what the holdup is?
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah, it's total. I mean, unless the incentives in the beginning were high, but averages out to $24 million each season.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a
For
lot.
somebody not named
Well,
Derek
it's saying
Stingley.
here on over the cap, his base salary is only $1 million, $1,200,000.
Like, yeah, if this was Ramsey, like what, 6 years ago or something?
Yeah.
What about that final year of his contract?
Let's see. Which would be 28, which would okay. It goes from 1.2 to 1.2 again in 2025. Then it goes from 1.2 to 10 million, then 10 again, and then to 21 million. Okay.
Oh, that's cheap. What?
It got backloaded, and then he must have got guaranteed money and all the salary up front. It'll tell you on Sports Track.
Yeah,
he
he got
up under the breakdown.
Yeah, there's a team out there right now that'd be like, that's all I'm gonna have to owe.
Yeah, he got
Or
24.235 million
Oh, yeah.
guaranteed at signing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know what they'll get in return, but yeah, they should immediately flip him and get something. The Chargers are stupid. Maybe they.
No, I don't think we need him. There's plenty of-
Maybe they'll take.
Maybe the old regime was stupid, but I don't know if they're gonna do this one. But
Yeah,
the
that's-
only
Yeah,
thing
we
is-
don't need him. We just
I give him. I do give him props. They, well, obviously this season is still up for decision, but the last year that was a good ass draft they had, man.
The
And-
only connection is Derwin James and he played in college together. But other than that, there's nothing.
Yeah.
and
That's it.
we definitely don't need him because we didn't took like 3 corners in the last 2 drafts. We took Diamador Lenore, Green last year, and Stout this year. They said if Stout locks down the nickel, you got Green and Diamador outside. We don't need no OG right now. We need to run with our young bulls 100%.
Now,
Minnesota did say Tyreek Hill has a problem with the Miami police.
Yeah,
That's why they need to get him up out of here. And then Bogey said he need the link.
I got you,
Let me
man.
shoot it over
I'm
to
on
him
it.
right now.
Or yeah, if you got it, Lee.
Good looking, Lee.
I got you.
Oh my mama, yeah, Tyreek. Fucking, I don't know if he gets shipped out though, bro. I think he's fucking, especially if they ship out Jalen. But Tyreek was just on talking about they need Jalen on the Fanatics. Did you see the Fanatics conference they had?
Yeah, I saw that
over the weekend? Yeah, Tyreek was like, "Nah, we need bruh," because they asked him about that shit.
Now, as I got some 49er news for you, boys.
Gang,
Yeah, huh? Well, I sent the link over to Bogey just a second ago, too.
good luck.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Well, 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk is rehabbing well and has reestablished a good relationship with the team after the past contract friction per GM John Lynch, who expects him to be a key part of this franchise.
Yeah, that motherfucker, he and his feelings. They were talking
Yeah, I
about
saw
trading me
that.
while I was popping Percocets and muscle relaxers. Man, like, what are you talking about, bro? Oh, everything. Look, man, you are the best receiver on the team, man. The team fucking needs you. Get out your feelings and get healthy and go back to work, bro. You just hit for 1,400 yards 2 seasons ago on 75 catches. Who the fuck does that, bro? Go back to work, bro.
Now, as for your coach, Kyle Shanahan, he said wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, safety Malik Mustafa, and linebacker Curtis Robinson and quarterback Curtis O'Rourke are not expected to be ready for camp.
That's good. They all going on the pup.
The pup.
Yep. So you gonna get. So look, I'm telling y'all. Look, right. I don't know if y'all seen my shit, but please do. Shameless plug. My wide receiver video. I'm telling you, Jawan Jennings, bruh. He's booming up now. Lee just said he's not gonna be ready for the start of camp. Now, if that motherfucker missed 2, 3 games, 4, 5 games, and he got to get on the pup for a mandatory 4 games, come on now, bro.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
if I gave
you?
He's right around mid-60s, mid-70s right now.
Remember that short-term IR? Do they still have that shit? Is that 3 weeks?
Yeah, I want to say it's till
So-
week 4 or some shit like that.
What they call it now is it's another version of pup. I think it's the active pup or something like that. So
Yeah,
then-
the active pup. Yeah.
so then any given moment they can activate you. So it's like a short-term pup, but
Isn't
not.
it you got
It's
to
that
miss
Christian Harris
4
bullshit that
games
they
or
had
something
him
like
on
that?
all season.
Is it 4 games?
That's exactly what they had Christian Harris on last year.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Because then I was like, they're like, oh, he's on IR. I'm like, oh, is it 4, 6, or 8? And then like then we go like
10 weeks
changing.
or whatever it is.
It's a 10-week IR. Yeah, I was like, what
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck?
four,
I was
it's
like,
four
that's
at
just not-
first, and then
that's
if you
custom.
don't something.
Top of the
Well,
morning, fellas.
Hey, on top of the morning, bro. Hey, I didn't see that, Brandon.
Congratulations to your little man.
So real quick, my son, they don't call it graduating no more. They call it like, well, they call it like a performance because they like sing songs and stuff, and like so now he's off to first grade, right? But they're singing songs, and there's, you know what I'm saying, and they're like all on these little bleacher things, you know, it's like a recital, and then like, you know, they have little dances, little chucks and jives and shit, right? And then at one point, my son, he just turns around, right? Everybody's standing singing, he turns around, and he's standing there with all his boys. They said, man, fuck that shit. They all turned around too. It was a 30-minute performance, and then there's between every song, they're like, hey, the teacher's like, hey, like not so quiet, but like trying to whisper it loud. Can you guys turn around? Boys, turn around. And then you just see my face just like, but turns around. I said, damn, bro, you didn't want to dance and sing? I was lazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, you were lazy?
Wow.
No, he goes like this. I go, you were lazy? And he goes, no, I misunderstood him. I was busy. I was like, damn.
Oh man.
You were busy?
You know,
But like, you know, he wasn't doing it like snarky, but at the same time, like, that's my boy. Do your own thing, bro. He's like, I ain't singing shit.
Brutality.
yeah.
Well,
You got to sign up for the
Chicago-
curtains. That's what you
Right?
got to do when you don't want to do the singing and the dancing. Be on the backstage group with the curtains and all that.
It was outside, right? So there
Oh
was no-
shit!
He was like outside. Check this out. This is how bad it was, bro. My girl, she gets annoyed by me because like I can't stand certain things. So like,
Yeah.
there's this very nice Indian gentleman in front of me, right? But he did not know about, like, he's probably all natural, you know? Because like, man, he reeked
He was
bad,
cooking
Oh,
like super bad.
He was cooking
Yeah.
curry.
It was like
see.
it was palpable, and we're outside, you know, and it was very, very palpable. And then my girl's like, I'm like telling my girl, like, this guy in front of us, he stinks. She's like, she's like, I don't think it's him. And then like he had dropped like a cap of like a little Pringles thing he was holding for his kid, right? So the thing rolls in front of me, and I was like, he probably thinks I'm gonna grab that thing. I'm like, and then he reaches over, and then my girl's like, it is him. I'm like, I told you. I'm like, it was palpable. I was like,
That's crazy.
Smelled like somebody was
I can still smell it and taste it.
Musty motherfucker.
cooking with curry over there.
Hey, top of it in
you
meal.
should have handed him a can of this.
Some
Hey, listen, man, I
spray
love
of it.
Indian people. He was, you know, he just, you know, he might have finished on a workout or something. I don't know.
Sweating out his curry, dude. I was on a tour bus for like 2 weeks with a group of Indian like teenage guys. And,
Ouch.
oh man, dude.
Oh,
It was just
man.
like-
Yeah, because they're gonna sweat it out too.
it was just- but there was like another dude. There was another
I love
Indian dude there. who
It'll
was
never
totally
ruin curry for me though. I love curry.
Yeah, I've had it like
I
probably
was late
in
in
the
life
last
on
week.
curry.
I've had it twice. The
different. I used
pineapple
it
Thai
to line my
curry.
yard
Oh
and keep
man,
cats away.
They got pineapple Thai curry. I can never get past the green or the yellow because it's so good.
so they got it is like a yellowish curry. There's a little bit of spice, just enough to put somebody off that doesn't like spice. But for somebody who does like spice, it's not spicy at all. And
I love it.
and if anybody knows how curry rolls, there's like hot, and then there's like
Really hot.
obliterated fucking like you're
Yeah, where you gotta, like,
wishing
gotta
you
water
didn't
that bitch down or
have that. You don't need to go into some of these places with the ego. Sometimes just whatever.
Oh yeah, and if you ever walk into a Thai joint,
Listen to your
like
gut.
for reference, right? They usually ask you like a meter, right? They'll be like, oh, 1 to 5 or whatever. Yeah, get like a 2. If you know what I mean, if you're looking for like a mild for real, you go 2. Because them motherfuckers is all gonna have some form of heat.
I bet you that they have to take into consideration. So if they see an Indian out there like ordering, they probably will honor the heat system. But
Yeah.
if like somebody like Lee goes in and he's like, I want the spiciest you got. I think secretly
Level
they go,
one.
okay, give him a number 2.
Give him a 1.5.
And then that way, if he thinks it's hot, he has a fallback. That see, number 2 is way hotter than number 1, or
Yeah, facts.
bare minimum. I 100% believe they do that because that shit will jack people up.
Yeah, last year at the draft, we went into the city and got some tacos, right?
Oh, that
And you
salsa
know-
you was talking about.
Yeah, that fucking salsa. So they had a salsa, little like five different salsas. I go for the gusto every time because I know I can handle it, right? So we eat the tacos maybe early afternoon, right? But when it was time to lay it down, bro, I got up in the middle of the night and I was crying because of my heartburn. My heartburn was so bad, it was in my stomach. And I'm throwing up like a motherfucker, bro. I'm surprised didn't nobody in the hotel hear me because I was crying, man. I'm sitting on the man. I'm doing everything to try and get it all
He's
out.
like, why did I
Oh,
just
bro,
stop?
it was the worst shit. So when I get up, first thing I do, I go walk down the street. They got the OXO, whatever the 7-Eleven is called.
Yeah.
Where is the Tums at, bro? 100%. Oh, my mama, bro. That shit fucked me over, dog. Oh, my mama.
Yeah.
It was like the oranges, like type, like a habanero or something. But like I had it in Puerto Vallarta when I get my what's the name of the tacos that's on the rotisserie and it got the pineapple on
Al
it?
Pastor.
El Pastor.
Get it with the El Pastor, bro. On my mama.
Yeah, El Pastor goes crazy.
The El Pastor is this shit.
Yeah. On the trompo.
As for legendary New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees says he says his right arm no longer works due to football injuries he suffered.
I mean, it was kind of sad. In his last NFL game was they got knocked out of the playoffs by the incumbent champions that year, Tom Brady and them, right, with the Buccaneers. But they could not get anything going. They just suffocated everything down the field and was like letting Drew take everything underneath. But like, they weren't scoring any touchdowns. So at one point there's a 3rd and long. They put in Jameis Winston for a play and he bombs it for a touchdown. And like that was just like, oh wow. Like, you can't even hide. They couldn't even hide it anymore at that point. It was like, okay, we need to go down the field. Jameis, get in there. One play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I mean, he won a whole Super Bowl and put up all those big numbers after that shoulder surgery and so, you know what I mean? So he had an amazing career. Probably a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Brees?
He should be. He got
I think
60,000 passing
he's
yards.
top 5 easy.
Yeah.
He got a bowl.
So we're coming up
man.
on he'll be on in 2 years, I think.
He should be in
Don't
the
give
next
me a
year.
line.
Hold on.
He get to enter next year, big bro?
I think
One
it's
thing's
next
for sure.
5 complete seasons out.
He's probably got one of the best lifetime fantasy football records out of points.
the Fantasy Football Lifetime Achievement Award nominees are. Come on,
Yeah.
who are they? Drew Brees,
Peyton Manning,
Peyton Manning,
and probably Tom Brady.
well, Tom
Thomas,
Brady was
Damian
kind of never.
Tomlinson.
He was never really QB1 elite
One.
QB1.
What about,
Sometimes he was
Travis
kinda
Kelce?
QB2.
Oh,
Randy Moss.
wow, yeah.
I wasn't playing fantasy when Randy. 08 to
Travis
08.
Kelce
No,
and
my
Tom
first year
Brady
fantasy
later
was
in their career.
08, 09.
I would
Tom
say
Brady
Ben
later in his career was pretty
Roethlisberger,
good.
But
was
his
a bit
Minnesota
better than
days.
Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan sometimes was up there.
And the
Matthew
award
Stafford.
goes to Drew
Matthew
Brees.
Stafford. Actually, I think Matthew Stafford or
You
Kirk
said,
Cousins.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
That's
Megatron
crazy.
too. Megatron has
Oh,
some.
Megatron, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
got to
you're
be
right.
up there.
We're
Drew
talking about
Brees.
career numbers.
Oh, shit. What did we say? Matthew Stafford? I mean,
Yeah, Kidda did.
okay, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew. I guess because Drew Brees is the only guy to have, 5,000 outings?
Well,
Yeah,
I
he
know
had-
that
yeah.
Matthew Stafford took his rookie season, like game 1, and then And then what has he?
Oh,
has he
AB
really
was
got
going
fucked up?
101 too.
Oh, yeah,
I
AB.
forgot about
that's
that.
true.
AB
He
was
really
going
got over
101,
yeah,
bro.
he was.
Where
I
he-
took AP over AB, and my dog, shout out to Woodrow, ALB champ. Bro, I blessed him by taking AP 101, and he took AB, and I remember, I forgot what year that was, bro.
That was
Oh,
I want to say that was 20. It was either 2016 or no, it might have been 2015.
fuck, bro, 10
Because
years ago.
Adrian Peterson was still up there in the you know what I mean? Yeah, because by the time we got to 2016, it was like Lev Bell and David Johnson, and you know what I mean?
Chase Ladanian. We got Albert in the building. What's up, Albert?
What
Yeah.
up, Albert?
AI
What up,
is telling me.
Emil?
How old? How old?
Say, AI is telling me that Tom Brady is the career leader in fantasy football points.
That's crazy.
6,169.
Damn, dog.
Yeah. Well,
20 years of day. That's 20 years of football.
Well,
Yeah.
think about this.
Exactly.
He did have the 07 year, right? With where he
With
won
Randy
50.
Moss.
Yeah, with
Here
Randy
we go.
Moss. Then he was kind of just like a 4,000-yard passer for like 10 years. Maybe not 10 years. He got to 2014 and balled out. Remember, he was suspended for a couple games. Or no, but that was 2016.
yeah, he got
You guys
the,
want
Sorry, that was
the
2016.
actual
He did-
yeah,
top 10?
the PEDs or something like that.
Yeah,
You guys
got
want,
a
you
4-game
guys want me to give you
suspension.
the actual top 10? And yeah, it's because
yeah.
Brady has-
Please do.
Brady has 32 more games than anybody else on this list. The next
Three
closest
down, almost 2.5 seasons.
The next closest
Yeah.
would be Brett
QB2.
Favre with most games, but the number one, or I'll go backwards. Number 10.
Coming in number
Stafford.
10.
Matthew Stafford, number 10. Dan Marino would be number 9.
Wow.
Matt Ryan would be number 8.
Well, I was hating on Matt Ryan.
Philip Rivers
Nah,
would
I
be
told you,
number
man.
7.
I was hating on Phillip Rivers. He's up there.
Yeah.
Look at all the
Big
shots.
Ben,
Oh, this is the best shot putter list.
Big Ben Roethlisberger would be number 6.
Oh, the Rapist Burger got in there.
Brett Favre would be number 5
Wow.
with 4,803 fantasy points. Then Aaron Rodgers at number 4.
Let's go.
Yep.
The most gigantic eyeballs in the game.
Number 3, Peyton Manning.
But
And then kind of like separating themselves here. Number 2, Drew Brees. And then Tom Brady, number 1, with like he just blowing everybody else out the water.
Tom Brady stayed an extra couple seasons just to make sure he beat out a bunch of Drew's existing
Yeah, he
records.
did.
too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's very petty. Tom Petty Brady.
Drew Brees had 74 receiving yards
For real?
in his career. Jerry Rice, 22,895 receiving yards.
Damn.
So
Facts.
number 11 was Russell Wilson. Number 12, Jerry Rice. And then, these other.
How was Russell Wilson up there? Damn. Let Russ cook. I
His
forgot about
his rushing ability.
Yeah,
is
that's
true.
true.
He was like a
This is if you're
500 yard,
converting
600 yard rusher.
careers into fantasy points, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know, right? Because then
So-
Matt Ryan's in there.
So who's active that's gonna join that list? We got Patrick Mahomes,
I'd say Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Kirk Cousins is
You're
number
right.
23 on this list.
Lamar.
Well, Lamar
Lamar been
Jackson.
having. Yeah, Lamar, bro.
Yeah.
Lamar
We got-
definitely gonna get up there, bro, because he ain't even 30 yet. He's not even 30 yet, bro. He's still a young bull, bro.
And we emphasize these running quarterbacks because look at how good of a season or a career Dan Marino had, and he fell to number 9,
Dan,
Right.
Dan Marino
Like
never
the-
ran
like-
either.
like known as like the top
Mark
3
Duper and Mark Clayton.
passer. So
Yeah, Drew Brees and Peyton and Tom Brady up there in the top 3. They're just chucking it for real.
yep, and then you got
Yeah, but see, they had
guys-
extra long. They had longer seasons than Dan Marino. Remember, Dan Marino only played 14 games for his first in the A. He was drafted in '84, and they didn't change the schedule to what 16
Marino.
or 15. What was it? 14 games at first, and then we got to 16 games, and I want to say after free agency started coming along or some shit like that, bro.
Lace
It's
is out.
depending
There's a
on
16 game
the
schedule or
longevity.
17 games, and then you only played to 16 for for a minute.
Lace is
And
out,
longevity
Dad.
matters, right? These big quarterbacks of the 2000s and in general, they're not common like they were. The sought after quarterback is kind of like trying to find the next Lamar almost, right?
Facts. The whole motherfucking quarterback profile, because
And
we
then
talked
the
about
other
it on the
preference
last
is
show we did on
definitely Patrick
Friday about the 6'6", typical quarterback, the statue quarterback that they Denver was missing on.
The
And
Paxton
that wasn't too
Lynches
long
of the
ago that
world.
motherfuckers was still swinging and missing on those type of prototypical quarterbacks on everything.
Yeah. There's going to be a few running style quarterbacks. Bo Nix is an example. I think this is going to probably be running around for a little while.
Justin
Uh,
Herbert
Herbert
being
might
in Greg
get back
Roman's
to it.
system.
I don't know if it's necessarily a
smart thing
that they need to do. Like
Yeah.
if I'm the Broncos, I'm trying to utilize Bo Nix's legs, as opposed to where the Chargers, they might be able to use some trickery to get Herbert some space, but
He runs
I think
like a
Bo
white
Nix at the goal
Kaepernick.
line.
Yeah, he does. He's no gazelle.
Runs like Kaepernick.
Like
Bo
a white Kaepernick. Like an all white
Bo Nix
Kaepernick.
in the goal line situation, though, I think can
And go Slaxton
provide a
Cap.
lot of.
But the question: does Denver use the tush push with Bo Nix this year? Is the question too.
No, I don't think so. I think they play a little bit more like
When
option
do
game.
some form of like social justice warriors get upset about the term tush push? So you're gonna have tush push picket signs one day.
Not a lot of teams that like play action, but Bogey, what kind of, well, anybody on the panel. I've watched plenty of Saints over the years, but McVay, did he? Drew Brees, he was a pocket guy, an occasional pass option type of like. Is it gonna be vanilla for the rest of his career and then like scramble, or are we gonna be able to get some play action and bring it back? Because I feel like a lot of teams don't do too much of play action in general. Maybe he's a good quarterback to scheme some play action pages and not just get so intricate with pre-snap motion and whatever's, I guess it's successful in its own right, but it's just me with wandering thoughts what Bo Nix is capable of and how he kind of reminds me of an old school player where if they could get a play action page or two and allow him to throw on the run, then I'm all for it. I like that idea. Bogey, I don't know if you caught that, but
My bad. I went in the Matrix.
Sean Payton, what kind of history with play action does he?
Very good history with play action, especially when you go back to the 2018 year. You look at Drew Brees. I was going down the rabbit hole this the other day. So 2018, they set the fourth most rushing total as a team in 2018. They had Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara as a sophomore. But they were play actioning like crazy because they were just able to establish the run nonstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then right now with that revamped running game, really with our
with Harvey and JK.
And
oh, I never realized that RJ and JK. It's like the new AC/DC.
The new RACDC. Oh my God.
Yeah, RJJK.
Well, many NFL executives believe the Bills' Josh the Stallion Allen is the best quarterback.
I thought you were about to have
NFL.
trouble pronouncing Allen. He's like Josh.
Come on now.
He's a stallion.
And as for Dennis, the Ginger Ninja, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell says quarterback J.J. McCarthy looks physically great post-injury and has shown impressive memory and work ethic.
So he doesn't look sickly anymore, right? Is what he's saying. And then he said, "Do you know who you are? He said, yes, I'm JJ
I'm
McCarthy.
Bogarts, good.
And then he's like, boom, he's ready. You know what I mean? What do you guys feel about McCarthy? Because like in my mind, he's one of those cats in a super flex that I'm gonna take a dart throw on as long as there ain't like a dentist reaching up for him or something. You know what I mean? Like
Post
theoretically,
sleeper.
he should be a good value in redraft, right?
I
Like
say post type sleeper because you know he was kind of flashing. I think like
in the
preseason
preseason
and
last
stuff.
year.
So
Yeah, big old bombs to Jalen Naylor.
yeah.
Yeah.
So post type
It happens.
sleeper, worth a dart throw. You should get him at a value. All those things you just mentioned. I believe that's how I feel about him.
If they
but
could do it with Sam Darnold, they could do it with anyone.
I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not going out of my way to try and draft him or
Yeah.
anything, and I don't think I have
neither.
at any places. But with this season coming around now and starting at whatever, you know,
He's got all the sins a man could want.
many sons. He's Father Abraham.
What if he sucks, right? That's going to be bad.
I mean, I feel like they saw in him enough, and they were like, "Look, he's better than Sam Darnold." That's got to
Yeah.
be why they let Darnold. I mean, they, you know, because they could have retained Darnold.
I felt like in the Kumite, I had to draft JJ because that's how I view JJ. Like he's like, you know, like he's like, you know, he's like Frank Jr. Dukes. You know what I mean? He just we don't know he's gonna be any kind of good, but like he should. I guess he should be.
You should feel this. You should feel the same with Bo Nix to an extent. You know, it's only been 1 year.
Drake May.
Young,
Here's what I don't worry about Bo Nix. It's gonna be a new look offense, and it's still gonna be the same system because like now you got legitimate
And he has running back
backs.
help. Yeah, he has running back help now.
Yeah,
too.
and then you add in
And maybe they
Evan
take the
Ingram.
training wheels off a little bit and let him do
Yes.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and I don't worry about him as much as for a sophomore slump as I do the Cliff Kingsbury play caller than I do the Sean Payton
That's
play
why
caller.
I like CJ Stroud this year because it's like year 3 and they're barely going to take the training wheels off of him on calling
Yeah.
plays, audibling, motion before you know the plays, all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like apparently Bobby Slowick was like a dictator on offense, and that's why it sucked and looked all stagnant.
Well,
They're
Dennis
gonna
just
try
said-
to ride JJ, right? You know how like when you take the training wheels off and you kind of jog with them while they're biking and then you let
hold
them
the
go
seat.
and
You hold the seat and yeah, let it go.
yeah.
I remember those days, man. That's awesome. My little one still hasn't gone through it. She's still training wheeling. But I remember like doing that at the park and like with my son, and he just went off and I was like, he's doing it. There he goes, all on his own.
Yeah.
Took pictures and shit.
Off
They
in
get
the
this
wind.
equilibrium.
Off
He's
in the
chilling on his
wind.
cruiser.
I
Yeah,
learned how to ride a bike, no training wheels, right? But the tires were flat, and for some
Oh.
reason it gave me more stability or something.
yeah, I was gonna say that's probably because you're going slower. You won't
Yeah.
fall over like as you know, because when you go slow, that's when you fall on a bike. Yeah,
It
Yeah.
is true.
unless
Well-
you're really good and you're doing the handlebar thing.
We might have been a little poor. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We
Well-
didn't have the tube. The tube was leaky.
Yeah. Well,
no pump.
You know what I mean? My dad was at work working hard, so I had to figure it out on my own.
I got something even
myself-
wilder. In my preschool, they had a bunch of tricycles. The
Yeah,
red
me too.
right?
Yeah, I had one of those.
But they
My mom
had
ran
this
over mine.
one fucking 2-wheeler. It was all aluminum. The whole thing was. They had
Yep.
no rubber on it on the wheels.
chromed
It
out.
was
Wow.
just on an aluminum rim, and everything was
Craven.
everything was built for like a little tiny kid to learn
It's a
how to
chariot.
ride. And I
How
remember
many
I
serial
got in
killers come
trouble.
out of San Diego?
I wonder why.
I'm like, that would piss me off as a kid. I'm like, just a bike, no tire, you know, peanut butter, no jelly. You know?
Everything's metal.
Yeah, it did. It had zero curb appeal because it was the last thing that was available after me sitting on timeout to go to recess. I remember being like, "Fuck!" So I
That
just
kid is
grabbed the bitch, and then I started riding it. I just picked it up. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna
I'm not
ride.
gonna lie, you don't want to mess with kid as a kindergartner.
Yeah.
He'll break a woman's arm.
Oh yeah.
I'm ruthless.
Yeah.
I have a temper.
It happens.
Well,
And teachers, don't ever put your hands on our children, because that's what will happen.
yeah.
Gave her a judo
Some of
toss.
the-
Like,
Yeah.
Top of the morning,
What?
Johnny.
Johnny.
What up, Johnny? Afternoon, my friend.
Hey, oh snap! I think Spencer's in Denver right now. I just thought of that because that's where Johnny's at.
Yeah, well,
Spencer's doing a
the
whole
Green
vacation
Bay
thing.
Packers have extensions in the work for linebacker Quay Walker and right tackle Zach Tom.
What happened with
Okay.
Quay Walker last year? Was it just an injury?
I don't know if he missed much time. Actually, I think he did okay.
Okay.
He just didn't. He didn't have productive stats.
I mean, because fucking EC over there was just going crazy.
Now, as for 2026 draft news, Texas Arch Manning has not indicated in any fashion he would enter the NFL draft early. His family
This has Grandpa Arch Manning written all over
His
it.
family has
history of staying all 4 years of college.
Get your education first, son.
Yeah.
Education. You know what's funny? His family has a history of doing 4 years of college, but not his pappy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as
His
for
dad's
Clemson,
It was probably a bad joke, huh?
yeah.
Because I think he had spinal bifida.
Yeah, he couldn't
Yeah.
play. He got forced to retire from
He's
football.
forced,
Yeah.
yeah. Now,
He was like
as
the best
for
Manning, supposedly.
I know,
Clemson
right?
quarterback
Dang, and he was a receiver. He was going to be a receiver. I mean, he was
And
a
he
receiver.
could play quarterback also, but
Oh, word?
yeah, but he ended up.
He was
like,
the only Manning that could throw himself the ball.
No, when Peyton came up, he was like, I'm gonna just like shine at receiver. I think that's what ended up happening.
He said, look, little bro, you can throw me the ball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because he played, I think as a sophomore, he was on the varsity team, right?
I
Throwing
think
the
that's
ball.
how it worked. I think that's how it worked out, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody in the chat, let me know if I'm mistaken.
That
Well-
was back when he was yelling like Nebraska. He wasn't even on Omaha specifically. Nebraska,
It wasn't just in the general vicinity. He wasn't. In,
right?
he hadn't
Well,
honed it
they're
down yet.
saying Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik is rated as the number 1 quarterback.
Wait. We'll allow it. Go ahead.
They're saying,
Continue.
they're saying he is the number 1 rated quarterback that should come out in the 2026 NFL draft, according to Mel Kiper and Matt Miller.
That's a good football name.
It should come out. Yeah, that's what
Is his name Buble? Hold on. His name is Buble as in
No, it's
Bobby
called
Buble?
Cade Klubnik.
Oh, okay.
Klubnik. Nick.
Oh, I was
Klubnik.
totally off.
Klubnik.
Samsonite.
Samsonite.
Klubnik.
You should hit the ignore button on that guy Mel Kiper.
Oh, I can't stand that
Or
man.
whatever.
Fuck you.
That way
If
you
I
don't.
knew where Mel Kiper lived, I
That
would
way
go
you don't
full
get
Billy
the-
Madison and leave a flaming bag of
Mel
dog shit on his.
Kiper, Jake. No,
And as for Gang Green in the house, Jets defensive end Jermaine Johnson will begin the season on the PUP list.
Who that?
Jermaine Johnson.
Oh yeah. You know, he was the odd Jackson out, wasn't he?
he got hurt.
Who was that?
Second game. The year before that, though, he showed
The year before, yeah.
some pretty high. We were high on the guy. We thought.
Is he a
Yeah,
soft?
we thought the optimism on him was definitely first round. Gonna
Yeah.
capitalize on that. It was a nice looking pick.
His New York Jets, his NFL career debut, that week 1 game, he got a sack and like a bunch of tackles and like I was like, okay.
He
And then
had it. Yeah, he had a
disappeared.
look like in the NFL.
He just disappeared on us.
It was pretty good.
Hey, kiddo, what do you think about Woody Johnson purchasing 43? The English Premier League Crystal Palace for $254 million.
His name means cock twice.
Yes, I need a pause,
What do you
Woody.
think of Woody
Sorry about
Johnson?
that. I didn't pause at Woody Johnson shit.
We'll allow it. It's
Oh.
his actual governor name. Yeah.
I don't watch the Premier League or any of the soccer outside of the World Cup and
Well, long as it
what's the
doesn't
Olympic?
interfere with
Okay, true, I guess.
How do soccer players rupture Achilles's?
I'm sure they do just as
Yeah,
worse.
mostly.
Okay.
And mostly
I'm
on
like,
AstroTurf is when it's
basketball
done,
players,
too.
they just, they haven't figured it out. But I'm like, has soccer figured it out?
Soccer is
Yeah.
beating
just have
up
a lot of
yourself a
dudes.
whole.
Yeah,
that is
you're
true.
beating your shit. Yeah.
They just kick each other.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
too much stamina.
Becoming a lion.
If I ever get it, or when I get eccentric rich, I'm gonna open up a league. It's gonna be called the Giant Foosball League, and it'll be like these large poles that you are strapped to, and then you just kick the one ball. You have to move as a unit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never been done. You heard it first. Whoever wants to get in on the ground level, go ahead and give me some money. You know what I mean? We'll get you down for the GBFL, the Giant Foosball League. California Foos. That's gonna be the Northern Californias. That'll be my foosball team.
Well,
Giant foosball team. That is.
Well, former Steelers Joey Porter wants to pursue a coaching job in the NFL and eventually be a head coach in the league. That's what he'd like.
Is this Pappy a coach? That's pretty cool, actually. That you hear a sophomore, or is he going to be a junior now? Yeah, he's going to be a junior now. And he has some, he's like, listen, I want to be a coach, not only a coach, but I want to be a head coach one day. That's you know what I mean. Hey, if I'm a black athlete and I'm playing for the Steelers, you are playing for the black coach. You know what I mean? Like of our lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Gotta be good. It's gotta be inspiring. You know what I mean? You know what's sad is like all the Pittsburgh fans that I know, they go, yeah, coach mediocre. I'm like, what? Damn. How could you be upset?
They're all pissed.
I guess like it is cool to be like, I've never had a losing record, but then you look at the reality, you're like, man, they're kind of been the Cowboys of the AFC, huh?
Yeah.
Just like they don't lose, but they don't win enough. They're just in purgatory in the draft because they're always.
You can't compare them with the Cowboys because they got
too many straight.
hey, they got a Super Bowl. Not
that is true.
Come on now, bro. 100%.
And they definitely were in the AFC title game. Like the last time was like 2018 season, so it's not so bad.
Come on, man. On my mama, the Cowboys ain't got a ring since the last time they beat the motherfucking Steelers.
2016.
On my mama in '95 or whatever the fuck that was.
20. Damn. Actually, yeah, it's been 10 years since they've been in the AFC title game. Almost 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, Big Ben Rapisberger. Is he
Bill
a first
Cowher
ballot?
only got one Super Bowl. And then you got Tom Landry with his 3.
Yeah, well, Roethlisberger got 4.
Landry got 4, Cowher got 1, and Tomlin got 1 because they was the first to 6.
Yeah, you're talking about the coaches. Yeah.
Yes,
all right,
exactly. So if you want to try and compare Tomlin to Bill Cowher, bro, only got 1. You feel me? 100%, and they only got 3 coaches in their motherfucking history.
But no one has a better. What do they call this right here? The jawline pause. Bill Cowher has listen, bro. That's a very defined jawline right there. Pause.
That motherfucker remind me of Sergeant Slaughter, bro.
Yes, he did.
I've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
Well, Carl's got a question for the whole panel. Who is the best tight end in the AFC East? Carl has.
John Smith.
I would
John
say. Who said Johnny Smith? I like that.
Yep.
I'm still gonna say, if we're talking about for fantasy, then it's like I'm right. For reality, I'm still gonna say Travis Kelce.
In the East,
in the East.
AFC
NFC East. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought
AFC East would be
I thought
John
you said
New.
the AFC period. I
John
missed that
New.
last part.
John
Okay,
New.
yeah, it's Johnny then.
Yeah, that's gotta be the obvious.
There's because Kincaid
is the first
Yeah,
round.
I was about to say
Kincaid
is
sucks ass.
kinda low key.
I'm kind of over the hype on that kid. I think he
Other
is
team
what
that
he
we
is.
missing. Oh, the Patriots. They got
You
Hunter
got
Henry.
Hunter Henry.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's John
Hunter
New.
Hurst Henry.
Yeah, it's John New.
John New easy.
Time to
ball,
play the
let it fly.
game.
And then the Jets have Mason Taylor.
Mhm.
He can be a
And
thing next
Mason
year.
Taylor is gonna be in a system that is feature a tight end,
Yeah. We'll see.
and he's probably the number 2 look as far as like just look period. But you know, he's still a rookie.
You know, the cool thing is he's from LSU, so come on.
And he
Okay.
got the bloodline. His dad and his uncle are NFL Hall of Famers. You feel me?
Oh, word.
Yeah. Are you serious? His dad and his uncle played on the same team.
Okay, I just gave there's so many Taylors.
His
John
dad
Taylor?
is Jason Taylor and his uncle
Oh,
is Zach
okay.
Taylor.
That's right. We were talking about this in the draft.
Man, that boy come from a bloodline, dog. On both
right.
sides.
It's time to trade for Mason Taylor, isn't it?
Hey,
you're,
bro,
just, you're just laughing
It's,
because you know how my
it's
mind works.
fantasy season all year. Come on.
You know how my mind works. I'm like, okay, it's a bloodline I'll invest in.
It's called the pedigree.
If
You know,
y'all ain't in your,
Like Marvin Mims, he had it bad because his
if-
brother already showed us. Maybe
if
we don't
you're
trust the Mims.
if you're interested and you want to get involved in some dynasty, gotta take action and join the next available one. So you
Yeah,
can do
it's-
stupid shit like this.
75% of the fun for me is like it's like the stock market. You know what I mean? It's like okay,
Yeah. Some
Good word,
random
bud.
Tuesday in June, you're like, you know what? I'm going after Mason Taylor right now.
yeah,
And somebody's gonna
right
be
now.
hit
While he's
hit
not
out
a
of left
stock for
field, they're
anyone.
like, Mason Taylor? Oh, huh.
You're gonna laugh out loud audibly if you look at a super notification and I made a trade for Taylor.
Yeah. I know
Time to go get him.
I know one of these leagues I'm expecting you to hit me up.
I should have drafted more Mason Taylor.
Carl says some dumbass wanted to debate AFC East versus NFC North All-Stars, and he said Dawson Knox will be the starting tight end for the AFC East, and
That's kind
was
of
very
weird.
adamant about it and shredded his ass like he was cannabis
Oh,
in a
man.
Def Jam hey,
Yeah, he stood his
tattoo off
ground.
your
He stood his
arm.
ground instead of
I'll take the
actually-
tattoo off your arm.
Oh
Oh my mama! Shout out to cannabis, bruh.
engaging in a
Man,
conversation.
hey, cannabis man, like this.
Sometimes
Man,
you
man,
get-
give me the burn. Let me take on your arm. That's how he rapped.
If you're unaware of how the tight end position in that division works, and you're just strictly a Bills fan and think Dawson Knox is gonna separate himself from the other guy, and which might actually happen because the other guy, I don't think he's good at anything yet.
Nah, he was
I'll
second on the
argue-
team. He missed 3 games last year and still finished second on the team in targets. 100%. He had a 20% target share, which was like top 10 at the position. Missed 3 games. He was a first round pick. Like this motherfucker wants, and he's the only first round pick that they took, and since they took the quarterback. 100%. So they want him to succeed. Now, is he going to do it this year? He has the opportunity to do it. 100%. And the first target getter was Shakir with only 100, and they only separated themselves by 25 targets, and Brett missed 3 games. 100%.
Did they added somebody other than the guy from the
So
Chargers?
they got Josh Palmer, Elijah Moore. They took a wide receiver in the 7th round. That's it. And they lost Mac Hollins. So it's nothing but
Oh
opportunity
no,
for
not
PK.
Matt Collins.
Yeah, it's nothing but opportunity for anybody in that receiving game to make a name for themselves. 100%.
What about? I would say Dawson Knox probably plays more snaps because he's a blocking tight end. So maybe there's an argument there, but yeah, when you look at the routes run, Kincaid running a route like every time, basically. You know what I mean? He's not out there blocking like that. So
Yeah, in the year, in his rookie year when he finished tied in 11, that motherfucker only had a 17% target market share because Diggs was there and he was a top, and he had 91 targets his first season, and that motherfucker had 75. So what is that? 26 away from his rookie season. Like the motherfucker's highly is active, and last year was a PCL that kept him a little bit hobbled as well, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I sold too cheap on one of my Kincaid shares.
I guess I'm gonna eventually get back on YouTube and research his plays. I don't know about. I know
Yeah, you
that
want to see it. You want
his
to see
fantasy
his.
stats. His fantasy stats are actually pretty ugly. Even
It's
even
they're
doesn't
not
matter.
overwhelming, but they're not underwhelming either.
Tight end 11 is similar to what tight end 5 through 23 or something. Like, I guess it's if you compare it to the wide receivers, which you hopefully that my tight end is just as good as like some wide receiver 3. I don't think this.
But that's why we play
people
the tight end premium. We have to put some emphasis on the tight end position in order to
Because
people
they
to
all
get the
suck.
draft the tight end position. And when you're getting 91 targets, it's some receivers in some offices don't even get 90 targets. 100%. So the volume is there now. And then in his first season as a tight end 11, his quarterback accuracy rating was 8.1. That was first at the position. Last year, it was 6 point something. And to me, that has to do with the PCL 100%. My thing is that at the tight end position, we want to be floating around at least 100 targets because that gives us the opportunity to get the ball and do something with it. And he had 11 deep targets last year, played in 11 games. So he gets action at a big play 100% with a floor of 5 targets every game that he played, bro. It's like he get the opportunity last year, just didn't connect. But, you know, I understand what you're saying about the difference between tight end 11 but that's regular PPR. That's why we play tight end premium too. One of the reasons why we play tight end premium.
Yeah, because there's like I because I'm playing tight end premiums predominantly. You know what I mean? I wait until late in the off season when I start like compiling my tight end strategy for redraft, right? Because those are traditional tight end spot having leagues where they're not a premium, and it is a massive because the position scarcity. It makes it big to have one of those good tight ends.
Bowers is going probably in the first round
for sure.
Should I say it? First round?
Yeah,
first round tight end.
Back in the first,
really
second at minimum. Trey McBride's probably the guy that you know, considering how he finished, we're probably gonna still get him at a decent value. You know what I mean? Like he's still like a third round guy.
I feel like they could actually go back to back. I think as soon as league preference, the one gets picked, the next team on the board.
That is true. They kind of get triggered to do one after the other.
Yeah, these tight end leagues, they probably value those two guys.
I'm gonna put them rankings up like how we did the last show and see what they talking about early June.
People are
late
crazy.
June ADPs.
I love the public. They're insane.
Here we go.
You know, if Guccini taught a class like for this shit, I'd go to school. JD be breaking down the isms. I'll be like, yeah, that's right. I need Dalton Kincaid, bro.
That's only because I've been in the lab on my mouth.
Yeah.
Trying to here we go right here. Tight ends position. Pause. Here we go right here. Brock Bowers going at the 13, McBride at the 21, GKO at the 41, TJ Hawkinson, Sam Laporta, Jonnu, Kelsey, Mark Andrews, Evan Ingram, and Njoku as the top 10 tight ends.
Yeah, that looks about right.
I'm not drafting any.
And this single quarterback, y'all. And then we can do.
We're expecting him to come back to help.
Oh, that's not PPR. Here we go. My bad, y'all. Here go PPR.
Mark Andrews up there is kind of like, where's he gonna play?
Mark Bad Andrews.
And that's good. I'm glad you brought that up, Kidda, because look, we don't even see the second tight end on that team nowhere near being drafted as of right now in late June. And that might, you know what I mean? Here you go right here. Isaiah Lakely, 151, 13-7.
The way that they were utilizing, because they were both healthy at the end of the year, Likely was getting all the important work.
He's likely to take the top spot.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, right, you know, we don't want to have, I mean, you know, more power to you. Brock Bowers at the 14. You know what I mean? Motherfucker had 150 targets with 100 and some receptions. Same thing with McBride. You feel me? So you're going to have to pay the bag for them. Then you got GKO right now, who was a top 3 tight end, had 1,000 yards on 60-something catches or a low 70 ball catch, pause. You know what I mean? So, or you want to willing to drop the bag on them. And then you also got to think about quarterback. Do you want to spend up for a quarterback in the top 3 rounds or a tight end in the top 3 rounds? I might want to go quarterback because they got give me the best chance to win weeks than a motherfucking tight end. But tight end does give you a positional advantage on a weekly basis if you do got one of the top tight ends. But quarterbacks be going for 50 and 60 fucking points. We've seen Josh Allen do it a couple of times. The game that Jamar Chase had, who was his quarterback, what he do is like, come on, man, you know. So we want to.
I do love that. I do love that even in a single QB, it's the old fighting style for people that go, oh, I just wait on QBs every time. I'm okay going early QB in a single QB if it's a Josh Allen or it's a Burrow. Like Burrow's probably a good value in the
Burrow's
single
a
QB.
damn good value.
So
Yeah, you know what I mean? In a single QB, he's a really good value because those other guys are going to get panned out. And then, like, you know what I mean? He'll be the fifth. He'll probably be the fourth or fifth off the board. But
and that's where I'm going. Like, my strategy right now is either Joe or Baker. And the hype is going to get real going into this motherfucking season. It's like, I don't want to pay up for the top 3. 100%. I'm trying to stack my motherfucking team. So if I can get Joey B or fucking Baker, you know what I mean? Give me them 2 right here, or fucking Bo. Even Bo. In that little tier right there, bro, give me them 3 right there, bro.
And Bo's probably going to go before those guys. Is that crazy?
Probably because of the rushing ability. But, you know what I mean? We just seen Baker have almost a 5,000-yard season as well. He ran for like 350 and 4,500.
It's just funny because there is like a lot of people that just hate Baker, you know?
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
Yeah,
let the public hate Baker, bro. We need that.
That's why I feel like Bo Nix and like will go ahead of a Baker at least. You know what I mean? I don't think he goes ahead of a Joe Burrow actually, but
hell no, I wouldn't do it. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, Joey B, the receivers that Joey B has and the amount of attempts that he throws that ball and his running back that he's throwing the ball to, you know, he presides rushing ability and coming out the backfield. It's like, bro, he's locked in for 600 plus attempts, maybe 35 TDs and a low ball on the 4,000. You feel me? It's like, come on now. And then they better not start off slow. If they don't start off slow this year, what are we getting? You know what I mean? Ain't no telling, bro.
They did go to the Super Bowl starting 0-3, I believe, too.
And they started off slow last year.
Mm-hmm. And they were only a game out. They actually handled their business, but then the Chiefs were not going to allow the Bengals to get in. So the Chiefs needed a Week 18 loss to the Broncos, and they let it happen. They started their entire 2s and 3s. Yeah, because they were locked into the seed, but they're like, you know, and granted, Bo and them with the team ones, they had to go and beat them up, and they had to take care of business. But you know what I mean? If the 2s happen to pull it off, imagine how mad they would be. Like, oh yeah, y'all don't let the Burrow and them in this motherfucker. They probably would have been one and done because they would have ended up playing. Actually, you never know. They were going to play the Bills, and he's kind of had Josh Allen's number. I mean, it literally takes like DeMar Hamlin to die when they play. You know what I mean?
So if we got the top 2 quarterbacks, Allen and Lamar, it takes a lot to convince me that Burrow isn't number 3.
Facts.
I know Jaden Daniels is really intriguing and capable of probably more than we're giving him credit for, even.
It is pretty cool to think that he might be taking a step forward.
Y'all want single quarterback or y'all want super flex for the quarterbacks right now?
Let's go super.
Let's go super right here.
Super flex?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying because super flex. This is what we pretty much rock with.
Okay,
there go right there.
This is exactly how I would have it. I would have the Allen Jackson at the top, and then Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow fighting it out for the
I like that.
And then Hurts gotta give the credit. to where it's due.
15 fucking rushing TDs.
I like that value. I like the value that we're getting on Herbo.
He's a QB5 for the last 4 years now. Oh.
That's good value on Herbo this year.
And Mahomes.
I'll say it.
I can't argue it. I mean, they did give him a lot better weapons to work with. Bo Nix, cool. Mayfield, cool. Herbert, cool. Caleb, nah. Kyler, nah. Drake May over CJ Stroud. And
That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
I'm going Goff, Purdy, Stroud. That group right there needs to kind of like sit right behind Herbert somehow.
I feel like I'm gonna have a bunch of Justin Herbert, Drake May teams.
And then let's go ahead and give Dak Prescott some fantasy love.
Look. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of Prescott Stafford teams too.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Right? And then May. And then throw May in there because I like.
That's all like one of my SBI teams, Foggy.
He sure does run around like he can. He can definitely make a defender fucking go. Damn, I don't want to fucking make a tackle against that guy again. He seems to enjoy running around.
For real.
He's a big guy running around. It's like, man, he probably enjoys that. He's like, man, all these DBs are tiny.
Right. It is pretty funny though. I ain't gonna lie. Like even remember Cam Newton in his heyday? It's like this guy's a fucking giant, just running through, everybody.
Yeah. Lamar
and he had Jukies too, but he could just run someone over if he wanted. You know what I mean?
There's not a lot of linebackers and ends that can really. If Lamar separates just a little bit, there's no way anybody.
He has the
not in the
indivisibility
secondary could probably.
I wonder if he does the fro if he brings back the dreads.
I don't know.
I feel like the fro made him faster.
He's I think
maybe
that's
too fast in the fro.
Him and Mahomes,
like a parachute.
Him and Mahomes are pretty good at what do I call those examples?
Fast and the froiest.
Whatever.
Fast and the froiest. There it is.
But role models. So for the kids, at least, I think a lot of kids they consider them to probably their favorite players.
No one ever wanted to grow up and be Ben Roethlisberger, huh?
Yeah.
I don't.
But Lamar Jackson,
I think there might have been a couple people, but
there might have been a couple.
He's. I think in Lamar's case, I think he's just a likable, charismatic
He's a good kid.
player, and yeah, he's a good kid. His community, you talk to that community in Baltimore, they probably consider him as loved as Cal Ripken,
fucking Ray Lewis, fucking Ed Reed. He's up there, even though they got Super Bowls, you know what I mean? But still,
hey, you know what was crazy?
I think
he put the city on his back for sure.
Yeah.
That year, 2019, when he was the MVP, Lamar, right? The Super Bowl was in Miami that year.
Oh, wow.
And because he's the South Beach kid, you know what I mean? Or he's a Florida
He's from
kid.
Florida for sure.
He's a Florida kid, yeah, I should say. But it was in the home state, and that I remember them saying, because remember you had a punk ass Mark Ingram there. He was like the hype man. He's like, we're gonna get him home.
Big trust. He kept saying big trust that
Big
season.
Trust gonna get us home. We going to Miami, and we're gonna take him home. And it's what I mean. Like he is, because man, that whole state of Florida would have been honorary Ravens fans if he got there. You know what I mean? Like, or even when he gets there, like no matter where the Super Bowl is at, because he's just one of them. He's beloved.
100%, bro.
You don't ever hear, like we actually heard. Remember Josh Allen, whoever his agent and PR is, they're phenomenal because when he was coming into the league, somebody dug up all them tweets where he was dropping all kind of N-bombs with the hard R.
Racist like type stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it was just like, listen, kid, don't say anything. Just put your head down and work, and then it'll all go away. You know what I mean? But like, you don't have none of that with the Lamars of the world. Or matter of fact, even Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, it's like he's the epitome of football son or football coach's son. You know what I mean? His dad's a coach. You know what I mean? So he had the discipline. The kid grew up disciplined. And like, you know, you see it, you know, look at Lamar. He didn't have his daddy, at least if I remember this correctly, but man, his mom raised the hell out of that kid, and he got the family values where he's like, listen, I need my mom involved. You know, that's a rarity in the league. You know what I mean? Because you know, you got agents and other variables that are involved in the formula that are going to tell you this is what you're supposed to do, kid. You know what I mean? And it's probably, you know, it might not be what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Facts. You know, because everybody's best interest isn't your interest, or the best interest for you. You feel me? 100%. A lot of outsiders, they see you as a walking meal ticket, bro. 100%. And them is the motherfuckers that's gonna pull you down because they don't give two shits about you, bro. 100%. So they're gonna get you in the shit that you don't need to be in, whether it's financially with a whole bunch of business ideas, or it's whether you going out with motherfuckers that still got guns and drugs and all types of stuff, or whatever this shit may be. Man, we can't have
shout out to all my homies.
Come on now, man. Fuck that, man. We want to see you succeed.
Yep. And man, even just the sheer, like, you know, when I even try to refrain from, like, if there's a player I don't like, I just go, oh, he sucks, because everyone is really good in the NFL. It's like such a small percentage of college players that get there or get a chance to be invited to the combine, one, then two, even slimmer chance to be an undrafted guy, and then three, just a slim chance period to make it no matter how you got into the league. You know what I mean? Like, right. Just how many, there's 1,300, something like that, active players at any given time in the NFL. It's not a lot. And we probably have more players active than any of the other. Like, how many does a basketball team hold? 25, 30 players?
15 players.
15? Yeah.
I think they dress 12. They dress 11, 12, something like that. And I think it's 15 people on the roster.
Then what about baseball? Somebody help me out.
22, I think. 25.
I think it's 26, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, these motherfuckers, they start off with 100 plus, and then they shape that bitch down to 50 something in the NFL, right? So it's like, you know, the percent, like, imagine, like, I shout out to the homie Compass Boy. It's funny because that name didn't really age well. Compass Boy. But anyways, he got drafted to the Miami Dolphins. We had the big old going away party, hugs, you know, the deep embracing hug. All right, man, good luck to you, man. Then he was back because the motherfucker just got, you know, he just didn't make one of them final cuts. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, you know, I just saw you like 5 months ago. We had the big old party. And, you know, it's the NFL. So, you know, to perform at a high level and like for someone like a Kyler Murray and like Tua and these guys that get the big contracts is because the organization they're forced to, not necessarily that they earned it, but it's because it was their time to get paid, quote unquote. You know, that we see more of that often than not. Versus, like, you know, guys like Josh Allen and Lamar, you know, they really, who else have Joe Burrow? These guys, they are worth that bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tua's first 2 years with McDaniels was totally different than his first 2 years with the Minnesota defensive coordinator, for sure. 100%. Oh, my mama, that boy threw for 4,500 yards, played all 16 games out 17 games in first 2 seasons. It was completely different for Tua once
but also those first 2 years, you had the Magic Man, where he was in the game pretty frequently. Remember that? Remember, it was Tua's sophomore year, they went into Levi's and whooped us up with fucking with the Magic Man. You remember that shit?
And Tua's sophomore season. So that was Flores, or was that McDaniel?
It was Flores.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when Flores left and McDaniel got there, we got to see a whole different Tua. Led the league in passing, 100%, throwing darts and all types of shit, bruh. 100%. You know what I mean? He kind of earned his contract, 100%, bruh.
You think too? Well, here's my argument against that is because Tua was the first rounder. So, like, it came time and it was like, okay, we have to pay him now. You know what I mean? But you know what, though? Definitely immediately when McDaniels got there, back-to-back playoff appearances. Granted, that first playoff appearance, it was our man Skylar Thompson in that thing. And for what it's worth, they almost beat the Bills.
And that's what my thing is ain't that the year he threw for 4,500 yards and led the league in passing?
No, he did that the following year.
There it is,
He
bro.
did
So
that in
definitely
2023.
definitely the injury shit is one of the main stigmas towards him. But
2022.
it was a complete different show with him from Flores to fucking Mike McDaniels, bro. Brad earned his contract 100%.
Oh, for sure.
You know what? I'm not mad at it. And when you see him with that big old D-boy belly beer gut, let's go. You know he's eating
That
out
boy
here.
likes to party this year.
He's eating. Let's go.
What's the Hawaiian beer? The
808.
Kona.
805.
I think 805 is out here.
Oh, it is out here, but it's popular out there because
Oh,
they have
okay.
the surfboard on it. 805 is not bad.
They got the Kona Brewing is
Yeah, I've drank that before with the little turquoise top on it. It got turquoise or yellow and turquoise or some shit like that.
They got a
Man, I'm so
longboard.
whacked with beer.
called
I could be like
longboard,
in
and then
Germany and I'm gonna
another
ask
one.
for a Bud Light.
Right here.
Longboard and
Longboard, there you go.
Longboard ale, and then there's another one that's really popular. I think it's Big Wave. That's what.
Big Wave. Okay.
You know, we need to go to Hawaii and come out with our own beer called Abra. Because that's what they say all the time. Abra.
Hang loose. Hang loose, my brother.
Hey, where the liquor store stay, bro? Right? Because I asked the motherfucker, hey, where's the liquor store at around here? Where the liquor store stay, bro? He asked another motherfucker. I was like, oh, where's it stay? That's like, where's it at? That's how they talk around here. I was like, oh. So then, like, after a week in Hawaii, I'm like, where the liquor store stay, bro? You know what I mean? Like, anytime I need to ask for some shit. Where the restroom stay?
The Nickelodeon cartoon. Fuck.
They had one in Hawaii?
Rocket Power.
Oh, I never fucked with the Rocket Power. That was when I was like in junior high.
Yeah, Rocket Power. they had a few characters that.
I was like with Hey Arnold. That was like the Hey Arnold days.
I remember Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold, he had a football head.
That shit, yeah, he had that motherfucking dormitory. Fact.
The dormitory. I ain't never heard that one. That's funny.
That's the first edition of Stewie, right?
Hey, Michael Thomas kind of had that type of head, but it was vertical. You know what I mean?
Football.
He had that Frankenstein.
He had that Frankenstein joint. Motherfucker had bolts in his head.
He's alive. It's alive. Frankenstein and Addams Family was my shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh,
Lurch and fucking the thing just running around, that hand just running around. Oh my mama. Wednesday was
Cousin It was like a pimp, bro. Cousin It was just he had all the ladies, bro.
that shit,
That's
man. He'll come out that little box. He'll come out that little box and get the running around, bro. Oh my goodness. I love the Addams Family.
Hey, Addams Family is throwback, man.
Yeah.
That's funny because
There's
I remember
there's
MC Hammer.
many different iterations. I guess I personally do like the old school one.
Yeah, that's the one I watch.
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
yeah.
Nick it used to come on at Nick at Night.
Yep.
It
But
was.
you know what? I love those movies with my man Julia. What's his name?
Oh, Ron
Julius
Julian. Oh, yeah.
Roberts? No, that's
No, I'm trying to think of the name.
The Morticia or
no,
Raul
what was
Julia.
his name?
Yeah.
Adam.
Raul
No,
Julia.
not Adam. What was his name? The dad?
If you listen, Raul
Lopez
Julia.
or Gomez.
Gomez. Yeah.
Oh,
Can
man.
you hear me?
Yeah, with
Raul Julia.
They had Doc.
Raul
What's his name?
Julia.
Doc from Back to the Future played Uncle Fester. That movie's shit.
Yes,
Funny
Raul.
shit.
I remember Raul. That was Gomez, and then Houston, right? Angelica Houston.
Yep, she was Wednesday, I think. No, she was the mom, wasn't
She
she?
was Morticia.
Yeah, it was
she was the mom.
what was the creepy bitch with the round face? She played Wednesday.
Bitch.
That's Wednesday. Oh,
Yeah,
Christina
Wednesday
Ricci.
Addams.
Christina Ricci. There you go.
There you go. That's Peacock who said that.
Yeah. She was like made for like. To
Yeah,
be, like,
that's the movie. That's the movie shit.
yeah, I fuck with the movie.
Yeah,
that was my shit. That's
I
actually
don't know
what
if I
made me
caught
watch the Nick and
I
Ray
might have
shit.
watched the movie, but I used to watch that shit as a kid on Nick at Night though. The black and white one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The replays of that shit. Oh my mama,
Yeah.
that was that shit.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'm not mad at the Munsters either. I like the Munsters too. I
Oh,
watched
Eddie
them.
Munster, the little boy.
Yeah, the little he looked like a little werewolf. Woo wop.
Yeah.
The Munsters.
And they,
The Monster Mash. It was the Grand Old Smash. The Monster Mash. Hey, that song's the slap. That song's the slap, man.
Sing along with Bogey.
Hey, listen. Jalen Hurts just came out with a child's book.
Yep,
Why
he
can't
did.
I come out with a sing along?
Yep, he did.
All
And
right.
yep, he did. It's
Would you read? If I bought that book, we should do like a review on that book and tag Jalen Hurts. Ooh, there you go. I'm gonna buy the book and have it sent to Lee's house, and then that'll be like a new segment we start, like
read along
reading
with Lee.
stories, bedtime stories with ears.
Uncle Ears, can you tell me a little bedtime story, please?
Here we go.
Ears to the streets. Once upon a time, not long ago, when I was in the streets covering NFL stories, they ran up on me and told me that I was the best reporter in the game. Adam Schefter and I couldn't think of a
And what's
name. to
his
keep it
name?
going.
What's his name?
Yeah, I was about to start going, bro. Oh my
He was in,
God.
bro. Like, I'm
Ooh.
behind man. See, there it is. I'm writing children's books and sing-alongs. JD's coming out with an album. Lee's gonna have his own PBS show. Oh, they're getting rid of PBS, huh?
That shit is crazy.
That's fucked up, Lee. There goes your show.
It's all good.
We can get Lee. Oh, you know what? We're gonna get Lee's show on the BBC, bruh.
I follow the BBC News, bro.
Yeah,
That shit's some good
I was
stuff.
watching.
Hey,
I was watching their. I was watching their coverage of the.
Funded.
Huh?
Yeah,
The PBS network's not even government funded.
yeah, they.
It's
they,
not?
It's 100% donations.
but they're
Oh,
gonna
wow.
get rid of it for some reason.
I didn't know that.
All 100% of the proceeds goes into supporting that broadcast to support a viewer like you.
So it's our
They used to
fault?
say that at the end of the show.
Yeah,
Support a viewer like you.
right.
Wow. So it's
they-
our fault that it's going away.
So like
Yeah.
like this was like a tax write-off, big time. So like a lot of people like invested a bunch
All
of
the big
into
boys
the
do it.
Oh,
into the
wow.
PBS because it was good for the children, and they stuck to a wholesome TV where Christians in the Midwest they could confidently say that the public broadcasting station is not gonna demonize
Pollute
their,
the minds
No,
of our
100%.
children.
They definitely have a like spiritual TV show because my grandma still watch. My grandma only got the digital shit. She don't got cable or nothing like that.
I
She
don't-
just got
yeah,
the regular TV like type shit. You know what I
The shit
mean?
that
She
we get
watching
from the
them shows.
air.
I saw tribal boobies until like PBS or no Discovery Channel, TLC and stuff, right? Did they have that in PBS, like National Geographic
Yeah, they did.
on PBS?
Yep, back in the days, it was the same channel, at least. So
Oh, I think they did. For a long time, they did Roots.
listen, bro. As a child, there was several times I go to check when we didn't have cable. I go see what's on PBS.
So I guess it's
I'm
not.
gonna
all,
tell you one
like-
of the fattest shows as an adult on
And they
PBS,
would-
bro.
there would be a
It's
bunch
the
of them
Road
tribal
Show, the
women.
Antique Road Show. That's like the hardest shit ever.
That is
Oh
true.
man,
That
I
shit been
watched
going on
the shit out of
forever.
this one. Actually,
That's my shit, bro.
Yeah.
I be at grandma's house watching that shit.
yeah. Before they had the pickers and
Facts,
storage
bro.
wars, they had the road
The
show.
Antique Road Show, bro. That shit.
Before pawn shop TV shows and shit.
Oh,
Man, I
Pawn
used to-
Stars? Pawn Stars.
Yeah, the Pawn Stars. And
One
shit.
Star's my
You
shit
had
too.
the antique fucking woo-wop.
that's my
Shout out to
Put
Chum
$100
Lee.
figure
Chum Lee,
on
my
the
dog.
phone.
Chum Lee is a sneakerhead.
Hell yeah. I know when I'm in Vegas, I got to make a pit stop down there to the
Yeah, I've
store.
never been there before, Lee. We might have to go together. Pause.
Dennis
Let's go
said-
see how much we can get for Lee.
Hey, I'm priceless, man.
You're like,
Come on.
I'm about to
Talk
sell
about it,
you
Lee.
a
You
pair of
priceless.
ears
Oh,
that
my
you've
mama, they
never
ain't got enough
seen.
money.
Hey, they don't get the money to buy my ass paws.
How much you think Leah hit for?
A bag of weed.
Hey, we just gotta take. Hey, the main thing we gotta take Lee to is the roulette table and let us know what we should put it on, black or red.
Yeah. We're just, hey, look, I'm with that. No gambling history at all. Lee has.
Yeah,
but
no,
I do, Lee.
no, that's the main thing. We all could put like $10, $20 on it and let Lee pick that motherfucker, man. That might
I'm
pay
always
for
gonna
our
pick
trip.
red.
Knowledge.
That might pay for our trip, bruh.
You ain't lying, man.
Use my Rain Man knowledge.
Come
Hey,
on
look.
now, them is facts.
Come on, we're going to the single card. We're going to the single deck blackjack table.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? He's gonna be like, hit it. And I'm like,
The GWS
we got
has their own
17.
card counter.
Trust me.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, that's how it be. Your first time in that motherfucker, bruh, on everything. You got that good juju, bruh.
Yeah, man. Hey, a beginner's luck is real as fuck, bro. And whenever it's the first time you've been into a casino that you've never been in before, the superstition is you walk in that bitch backwards. I swear to God. You ain't never heard that one?
Nah,
I've
that
heard
was my
of it,
first
man.
time hearing that one, bro.
Listen, I listen. It sounds like I made it up, but I got it from Fresh Prince back in the days. You know what I mean? In the episode, they definitely went in that casino, walked in backwards, and they lost it all. I ain't gonna lie, they lost everything. So maybe it doesn't work. Yeah.
Hey, Carl said if I was Bezos, I'll buy PBS and incorporate it with some Amazon rejects.
I mean, hey, look at Amazon. They don't need it. They might as well just put PBS, offer it for free on Amazon Prime. Be like, listen, for all our Amazon motherfuckers, we'll just give you PBS free. You know what I mean?
That's how. I mean, that's how I know about like British comedy and.
Yeah.
also,
Are You
like,
Being Served?
Yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Are You Being Served was hella
A lot
funny.
of versions of it, anyway.
There was a woman on Are You Being Served, right? She was very rich and wealthy, and she had a cat, and she would always refer to her cat. Last night, my pussy was acting up, and it got all wet, so I had to dry it in front of the fire. She's like,
Now, Peacock, are these new shirts?
She will always talk about her cat, but she referred to it as
I like
my
this
pussy.
Gemma one right there.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. Oh, Are You Being Served was classic, bro.
Yo, those Gemma, the Icon shirts are federal.
Yeah, the Gemmo the Icon shirts had me dying for like 30
Oh,
minutes.
man. I'm
I
like,
was fucking dying.
yeah, I got to get myself one of those.
Fucking Gemmo.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Kelly said, "What is the one thing in your house that you'll take to that get appraised at the Antique Roadshow?" And I got an old vase from my grandma.
It'd be my man Bones right here.
Get Bones appraised.
Bones,
Hey, Bones value his value went up with that fucking belt on him.
Look at he got the title on
Yeah, he
him.
went top notch.
Look, he got double titles on him. You feel me? Look at it. Oh, he got the Hollywood rag on now. You feel
All
me?
he's missing is the rings on the fingers.
I'm about to order him a gold grill. I ain't gonna lie. With some diamonds in it. He's gonna be stunting in this motherfucker.
You should have Steamboat pay for those.
Now listen, man, Steamo just got diamonds everywhere. They're just falling all over the place. Just fucking. Shout out to Diamond Joe.
Shout out to Joe, man.
You know what I mean? We had this whole theory when we were driving in we were loaded in a Tesla, right? And this motherfucker is driving us, right? So I said, what if we got pulled over? You know what I mean? And he goes, well, it's not going to do anything illegal. But I said, but what if it did? And we're all faded in here and shit. I think we have a case. Because the car is driving, right? That's not us. Right?
I think there's a disclaimer saying in when you own something that's like
fuck a disclaimer.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna lose in court then, huh?
that you have to have a sober individual who's got
What if he was in the
100%
backseat?
attention on the road. So you can't just have some dude sleeping because he's tired. You know, you're gonna have to sit there and emergency fucking
The
have
car
to
drives
hit the
itself.
brake or whatever. I don't
This
know.
is the Jetsons. If we got pulled over
I would-
and it was autonomously driving, is it not us? Is it the car? That's
Yeah.
bad AI, huh? If the car gets pulled up, if the car breaks the traffic law, and we get pulled over because of it. I feel like the Tesla will be like, the Tesla probably like sees a cop and goes, "Oh shit, cops, everybody chill." You know what I mean? Hey, look alive, Popo. 12. I'm just saying. I was actually thinking, like, if we have autonomous, if in the world where like everything is autonomous at one point, or like there, you know, it's a vast majority of people that ride autonomous. Well, do you think there'll be like some kind of light on the car or something that indicates that this vehicle on the road is driving itself?
Shit. No,
Like,
I think
they don't have that now.
so. Scary to say, but eventually, I think the desire for the ability to drive on the road.
Oh, we're taking it to the skies.
No,
Okay.
I think.
Are we going underground?
I think it's just strictly
Okay.
driving in as a commute in general that the computers are going to do.
Oh, like the Jetsons.
The computer's going to do it better because the dumbasses that stop because they don't know what's going around that corner or up that hill or all the stuff. Because I'm telling you, human drivers suck. And if the computer can get better, it won't surprise me one bit because humans are fucking stupid as fuck. So
Humans, is that why humans are always at threat to lose?
No, the
to
computer's not going to
robots?
trip out about something that it can't see because what is it actually seeing anything? It's not seeing, it's seeing data. So the data doesn't, it's for emergency situations, yeah, but I think the program is going to be operated by GPS. It's going to say, hey, coast's clear. Everybody go 75. And everybody goes 75. Nobody jumps lanes and tries to go 85. They all go 75. You get to your destination at that time on that fucking screen, and it becomes reliable. Like you have no more excuses of traffic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
So-
people crashing into each other and fucking it up for the rest of this world, and people who are
You know what
scared
I
of the
just thought
road.
of? What
all that
about
stuff.
those robots they have, right? Those fucking Elon robots. Can you tell one of them motherfuckers hop in the whip and drive? Like, listen, bro, I'm hella faded, bro. Come through, pick me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
100%. You have
he
to sit.
hops in the old Ford truck. You know what I mean? But it's the robot driving it, right?
I don't know what the liability on that taxi service is,
You gotta get
but
insurance on her.
but-
The robot gotta get his L's.
but yeah,
The robot gotta
you
get
have
the
to prove
license
that the
first.
system is good, and then that the car is capable of following the laws and doing what it's supposed to do. Waymo, right? That's the big company in the Bay Area right now doing
Yeah.
the automation.
If listen, when them Waymo cars come to pick the motherfucker up,
There ain't
there's
nobody
nobody in that shit.
No.
I would feel more comfortable if there was like a robot in there.
Yeah, but you don't want to buy that. You don't want to buy that robot.
robot.
That robot car is so extra. It has like redundancy after redundancy. The
As far as
million
what the mechanics
cameras.
of it.
Just the data that it's able to receive, the amount of cameras on that little thing on the roof of it. It's taking and it's collecting so much data that it doesn't really miss anything in its area.
Hey, you know what? One of these days, me and JD's gonna find a story, right? It's gonna happen. We're gonna find a story, and it's gonna be like Tesla owner such and such was pulled over for drug trafficking because a motherfucker just gonna be trapping, mobbing the Tesla just on camera in his own car the whole time, not even fucking knowing this shit. It's gonna happen one day.
Yeah, the trick is getting it to do what it's supposed to do and not fuck up, like glitch out or whatever. But as far as I know, you guys can attest to it better than I can because you're relatively close to one of the areas that is really participating heavily on the autonomous vehicle thing. But I haven't heard any devastating,
About 5 years ago, about
Well,
five,
well,
maybe
yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah,
5,
think
6 years
about
ago,
think
that's
about
when we were hearing
yesterday.
the accidents.
I know.
Yeah, like
relative-
a lady got hit. Like one of the autonomous cars was approaching her,
yeah,
and then she steps out to go like intercept it on the other side of the street. It was just coming in strong. Wow, hit her.
yeah.
I mean, it didn't hit her crazy, but it hit her nonetheless. You know what I mean?
I mean, pretty much everybody knows.
That's why they got all them cameras.
Vehicle
like a motherfucker, man.
statistics in terms of accidents is pretty.
They're like hey, well, a couple people are gonna have to die for this. Casualties of war, man. Do you want the Jetsons' future or not?
Yeah, it's a scary. That's why a lot of people go, "Oh, I'm afraid of flying," and then you always hear that. Well, did you know that flying's way safer than driving? And you're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But
Because technically, there's no one up there. There's no traffic.
every day, there's probably like hundreds of people probably dying in on the road driving around. Like that's actual. This
And it
world.
scared the fuck out of me when I moved down here. I just started reading up all the little tidbits in this area, and it said Sacramento had one of the most highest rate of like fender benders and shit. Like I was like, then it just starts translating on what I see on the road. Like, oh shit, motherfuckers drive crazy out here. I mean, motherfuckers drive crazy everywhere.
Yeah,
You know what I
crazy
mean?
driving is one thing.
Everywhere.
What bugs me is when you got a lot of people and then they
LA, I feel like you're gonna describe LA traffic right now.
just slowing down for no good reason. Like I don't get it.
They could have an autonomous car set on slow
It's
mode.
merging. It is merging. They don't know how to merge into traffic, and then it's congested. But I believe a lot of it has to do with people not knowing that cruise control exists. I mean, we're in 2025 now. Cruise control ain't old like the old school cruise control that you had back in the day. That shit sucks. I guarantee it. I know that I hate that shit too. But a modern car right now, cruise
Big
control.
bro.
If you ain't using that shit, I don't know why not.
Whenever I come down to SoCal or do a Stockton ride, anything like 30 minutes or more, you know what I mean?
Cruise
Man, I'm
control.
85, 80 in that motherfucking fast lane, bro, and my feet up like this, bro. You know
And-
what I mean?
and you
Or
know
I'm
what?
split
I
up
don't
like
like
that.
that.
I got my-
I'm avoiding that brake as best as I can.
100%, big bro. Oh my
I'm in and
mama,
out
I
of
know how
lane.
to make it to where you can reduce it on that motherfucker or increase your speed. Hey, look, bro, cruise control is my friend.
Yeah. There's too many people that don't fuck with it. You can tell
Oh, my
because
mama.
slow down. You're like, what are you slowing down?
I think because there's also
They're great.
there's a
the pedal.
percentage of people they feel safe in a machine that they're fully operating. That's why, like, you know, even people they were pushing back on autonomous shit because they're like, well, so I just sit in there, like, and it's like, no, you can hit the brake or you could do stop anything and it becomes you driving again, and like a motherfucking cruise control. You know what I mean? Like,
Another thing that irritates the shit out of me is like, because I drive at night a lot because I live at night. People who
yes, we all know you
drive
fight crime at
feet.
night.
I mean, like, no clutch pedal, but they got their left foot on their brake, and then they got the right.
So they
foot
ride that
gas,
bitch.
and they ride that brake, and
They
the
ride that
light
bitch.
it's lit. You're like, what is going on with that fucking car? You can't tell. He didn't follow it for like 15 miles. He's like, that fucking pad probably wears out like.
It might be
Changing his brakes every 2 months.
Bro, there's like no pad on that bitch anymore.
Oh, my mama.
Because they go at 80 miles an hour. You got the brake lights on. Like, that car's too new to not have like electrical problems with that shit already. That's wild. I don't know how people drive like that.
Hey,
My grandpa, he used to
Hey,
drive
Carl, you
that.
have a lovely rest of your day.
He would also have a 6-pack in a center console. So back in the day, people drove with different rules, for sure. That's funny.
JD.
Yeah, the robot from Total Recall. He said, "I'm going out on a boat today. Gotta go. Love for you. Big wet lip kisses. Hey, have fun on that boat, Carl. Oh my mama, man. Have a few beers.
wear
Make
your
sure you
life
put some
jacket.
motherfucking suntan lotion on, man. Don't get burnt out there on that water. Oh my mama.
That and your life jacket.
Oh, everything. Yeah, I hate. You know what I hate too, big bro? I hate when motherfuckers be on their phone. Oh my mama, bro. They look down so much, bro,
yeah.
and just be out spaced out, bro. So worried
Yeah.
about that
On the
fucking
water?
phone, dog.
Yeah.
Oh no, man. That's one thing you don't do when you're boating.
Man, I'm talking about when you drive
On
it.
car.
Yeah, when motherfuckers be
in
driving
general.
and they be on their phone. I can't stand that shit, bro.
Hey, and you know, it used to be talking on the phone, and that used to irritate people. But right now, I would if I saw somebody talking on the phone, I wouldn't even think twice about it. I would be like, oh, cool. But if I see somebody texting, which is probably 9 out of 10 times what I do see when somebody's on their phone, they're texting. You're like,
Yeah.
How did? And then it's a female, right? She's driving. She's in kind of like stop and go.
Is
traffic.
she bad?
She's putting the makeup on, you know.
Oh yeah, okay.
Putting the
Yeah.
makeup
She might
on,
be-
texting,
she's
and
trying to
all at
cover
the same
something up.
time.
But that's where this goes. Like you're in the car, you're in like stop and go traffic. You're texting or scrolling through shit, and
Or
then
putting
you
on
put
eyeliner.
makeup on. I'm like, this girl is wild.
You know what though? You never see bruh just in there, right, shaving, but not even with an electric one. It's just a motherfucker just in there shaving up. You don't
Yeah.
ever see that.
This is coming out of Carolina.
he got the shaving cream on.
It says Ted McMillan has been as advertised in quotes.
So, but they've been advertising him as like not being any good. So I don't know what to take from this.
That's what I don't know.
Well,
This is
I mean, they're
from-
talking about he's good.
This is from ESPN reporter David Newton. I guess he's a Carolina reporter. I don't know.
Oh, that's my cousin,
Yeah, you got a lot of cousins.
bro. I'm from a powerful lineage. I am Metatron.
If you are.
I am Metatron. I rock a beat to the drum. Let's go. So, one thing I was actually kind of like wanted to ask y'all about. Remember last year how slow it was for the Rams to kind of get going, right? Because they had offensive line issues. They did a lot, you know, and I started thinking about it. So they traded one of their tackles on the right. I think their right tackle. They traded him to, was it the Bears? Jackson?
I think he's a guard.
He's a guard. Okay, thank you. He's a
Donald
right
Jackson.
guard. Did they just lose their left tackle too somehow? I think it's to injury. Did he have a season ender? I do get concerned about this. I don't get concerned about like schematically. Sean Payne will be able to. What's his name? Sean McVay will be like, okay, we need to get the ball out quick. Like they'll just adjust. But like,
So, I want to say that the Rams, where they weren't very solid at, was making up for the loss of Aaron Donald. Right away, that was a struggle. Towards the end of the year, they coincidentally, it seemed like the two rookies,
Fisk.
they kind of meshed really well.
Who was it? Was it Verse and Fisk? Was Fisk a rookie last year too, or was he a?
Yeah, they came in the same draft class.
Both same class.
Okay. Nice. I hate them.
And then we also got to remember too, Puka and the other receiver missed 5 games at the beginning of the season too.
Yeah,
They
Verse
missed
was
12
was
games
more of a
combined.
late bloomer than
Yeah, I
this.
forgot
This
about
was
that. You're right.
right out the gate, pretty good.
It was nothing but Demarcus Robinson and Tutu at the beginning of the season.
There was even a big Tyler Johnson game.
Tylenol. Somebody called him Tylenol, and we stuck with
Yeah.
it all year.
Because he gives us a headache. Trying to
Tylenol Johnson.
You're gonna need a headache trying to start that motherfucker. The Tylenol.
That shit is correct. Hey, we had so many good moments on Sundays last year, bro. That shit. Oh, we might have to.
Oh, man.
Hey, matter of fact, when we get
Sundays
big
is-
time,
Sundays is
we're
my
gonna
day
have
now.
somebody go through all the Sunday episodes and clip those all the
I'll
funniest
pay
moments.
somebody.
There's a
We're
lot
gonna
of
pay
hours
somebody
to
when we
clip.
get big time, bro. Oh,
There's a lot
wow.
of hours to clip.
Yeah, we got so many funny moments, bro. We got
Man,
JB in the building. Stay tuned live, CEO.
Stay
What's
tuned
up,
live,
big bro?
baby. I'm back tonight. Let's go.
We got
7
2025
p.m.
greatest hits to make this year.
All right.
I know there'll be many moments that I'm gonna make an ass of myself. Pause.
You ain't the only one.
If we were
I had
animals,
plenty moments, bro.
if we were animals, would you be a donkey?
No, because that's in my division. I'm
Ass.
not a donkey's
He
ass
said
yet.
no.
No.
I mean, just I don't know what I would be. I feel like I would be like I think I'd be an owl. Oh no, that's Drake's shit.
Oh.
A wolf. There it is. Let's go.
Another
Dibs on wolf.
Uh,
I am kind of a wolf. Ooh, and I'd be rocking some ill sheep's clothing. Be like, this shit's
Oh,
fly, right? In that motherfucker. Ooh, I just came up with a bar randomly. Blue chipper dressed in red, but only the green matters. Shoot the shepherd in the head, watch all of the sheep scatter. Bars.
right off the dome. Pause.
Yeah. Somebody write that down. Oh, it's recorded. Right, we'll figure it out. Someone clip
Facts.
that.
And if we hear
That's a bar.
anybody using that, if we hear anybody using that line, we know where it came from.
I'll kill him. It's worth dying for and killing for. Intellectual property. It is kind of crazy how these days people that they'll put a price. You could actually put a price on intellectual property.
I got a question for you. Do you guys think Green Bay will retire Aaron Rodgers' number?
They
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, they finally
Well-
brought they brought Brett Favre back.
Yeah.
Some years ago before he started
Yeah.
getting into the little fuckery that he was getting into.
So they'll probably wait a couple of years or something like that.
Hey, if you ever run into Brett Favre in public, right? You'll be like, you might not even see him. You go, smells like deer piss. Oh, Brett Favre. What's that?
Damn.
Hey, because Brett Favre, he's just ready to go up in one of the. He's like, you know what I mean? He got the deer piss on him. He's just ready to go hunting, Brett. He's one of those guys.
This is what Aaron Rodgers says. Aaron Rodgers says he doesn't want to live a life in the public eye. Says when he's done playing football, you won't see me, in quotes. So
So
in
he's
other
not
words,
gonna be
he's
an
going into the
analyst.
darkness.
He lying. He want that motherfucking Tom Brady deal. He want that 100-something million that Brady got. He was talking about.
At least Brady is like, well, maybe actually is Brady nails on chalkboard to y'all when he's doing commentary.
Well, I'm a Brady fan, so I rock with it.
I know, me too. I enjoy it because
Hey,
I
JD,
love
you'll
Brady.
appreciate this since you're a family member on the team. They say multiple Patriots defensive coaches says that their defense will be, in quotes, violent this upcoming season.
It's Mike
Vrabel.
Vrabel, bro.
Vrabel, yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Mike Vrabel, he'll literally get on the practice, grab the hit pad.
Yeah,
Come
I'll see
on,
that
let's
shit.
see what
Yeah.
you got. You know what I mean? He's that coach. You know what I'm saying? He'll knock you down, and then that's it, bro. Boom, second string. You know what I mean? Like you gotta knock Mike Vrabel. Who was it? Somebody knocked him on his ass, and he got it. He's like, "That's what I'm talking about."
I think the player they drafted in the first round, Lee,
Yeah,
I
it was
think
the-
Lee
that's
told
what
us
it
that
was. That's
story.
what it was.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
took him
Lee
head
brought us
on.
that story one day.
And he
Yeah.
knocked Vrabel down.
Yeah,
He got
we're
him.
dra-
That's
we're
the
drafting
fuck I'm
you.
talking about. That's
We're
what the
drafting you.
fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, my bummer.
That's how you hit.
That's how you
Was it,
hit, huh?
Was it? Oh, God.
Campbell.
Yeah.
It
think
was
it's Campbell is his
Mason,
last
what was his name? What was their fourth pick
It was-
overall?
was
I
it
want
Will
to say
Campbell?
Campbell is his last
Oh,
Will
there
name.
it is, Campbell.
Will Campbell?
Will Campbell.
Yeah, I
there you
think
go.
that's it.
Yeah, they thought he had short hands, right? They're like, or short arms. They're like, oh no, Will Campbell has 32-inch arms, or it was like 33 and a third, or something like that.
That shit crazy.
Mike Vrabel drafted him. Like, all right, let me see. They're talking about you got short arms. Come on, hit me. I'd be the best coach. Like if I was a coach for Quentin Johnston, every time he walked in the room, I'd just throw anything at him, anything I can grab, right? Just chuck it at him. Could then eventually learn how to catch. You know what I mean?
Hey, walking jug machine.
Yes. He just walks in the room, and I might be at the soda machine. I just, pah.
Remember at
He's gonna get pegged a bunch of times.
remember on the program, Omar Epps had a fumbling problem, and so they made him walk with the ball everywhere during school.
Yep. That is
Everything. They punched it out in the class, and that motherfucking ball was running down the motherfucker going down the aisle, and all his teammates was trying to get it because if they got it, he got in trouble or some shit.
just slap that ball out of his hand everywhere he was at.
Yeah, that shit. I ain't watched the program in hella years either, bruh.
The program is throwback. Fucking,
Yeah, it
I didn't
is.
even know that existed until 10 years after. It was like maybe 20 years plus even. Someone's like,
Yeah, that
yo,
was
you ever
their
heard of the
shit.
program? I was like, what program? Well, because for the longest, I would always be like, any given Sunday is one of my, like, because everyone would be like, everyone's had the best football movie debate, right? And I always shit on the person that says Rudy or Remember the Titans.
No,
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Mine is Any Given Sunday. It's always been that
Me
way.
too. That's mine right
Then
there.
it goes, what's it?
Just take mine, Lee.
No.
Pause.
Oh.
That was terrible.
No, and then
There's a
mine
9-second pause rule. 2 seconds later, I was like, oh, pause.
my second one would be the Replacements.
Oh, I'm not mad at that. Shane Falco is a hell of a football. That's
Oh
a
yeah, that was a
quarterback
good
name.
movie. Ain't
That
that what's my boy name?
That's Keanu.
Keanu on my
Keanu
mama.
Reeves.
Hey,
Yeah.
you ever seen Keanu? And he does those real life, like those courses where you run through the course. You got all kind of guns on you. You run, and you run. You're running through like a fucking.
That's what he does.
Yeah, right. He's hella dope. I'm like, that's fucking sick. On his free
Oh yeah,
time,
that
this is what
that
he does.
motherfucker must have been in the army or navy or wanted to be in the
I
army.
mean, he played in so many roles, and when you play a role, like for example, when he was in the Matrix, bro, you fool had to learn all different kind of martial arts.
Oh
you know what I mean?
yeah, that's
But
classic.
and you gotta learn how to,
Titans has
use
be
all
the
kind of
top
different
3
guns.
for me though.
So it's kind of like training, so to speak. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. Because that motherfucking the
I know
Matrix,
kung fu.
huh? Right.
Now, Bogey,
Right.
where does Remember the Titans fall for you?
Not on my list.
No.
I mean, it's a good movie, but not like on like the best. Like, man, I put Waterboy above that one for sure. Like, I don't know. I just like what I like.
Friday Night Lights was pretty good.
Maybe because everyone's always proclaimed Remember the Titans to be like one of the greatest, if not the greatest football movie. And then when I finally watched it, I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
How about Jerry Maguire?
Jerry Maguire was a good movie, but Jerry Maguire was a love story, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. You gotta think of that one.
Show me the money!
I think the first football movie I ever saw was
Hey, look,
Brian's.
you know
Brian's
why?
Song.
Okay, look at this. When Jerry, what's his name? Tom Cruise was doing Jerry Maguire. He said when they were doing the casting for what was bruh's name?
Cuba was it
Cuba's
Cuba that
name in
played
there?
it? Was that Cuba?
Yeah, what was
Yeah, it
Cuba's
was.
name in there? Whatever the player. So when they were doing the casting for that character, right? They had a giant it was they were in New York, and they had like a giant
I think it was Rod Tidwell.
there it is.
Something like
Rod Tidwell. Nailed it. So they had several rooms in this apartment floor, right? So the hallways, all the doors is open, and then there's a different actor doing the scenes and doing readings in each one, and Tom Cruise is going to each room. You know what I mean? And he said he went over there into the room with what's his name? With Cuba, and he went like this, and he thought he was saluting him, but he's going like this, like okay, because Tom Cruise is small as fuck, and so is Cuba. He's like, oh yeah, he's our guy, because on camera he's gonna be able to still look tall, and Cuba's he's playing receiver, he's an athlete, he's supposed to be. There's little guys, you know what I mean? But he was still taller than Tom Cruise, obviously. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Kind
mouth.
of funny, because Tom Cruise is really
Yo,
small.
Crooked Commission's in the house.
What's up, Crook?
Crap.
Yeah. Someone asked us the fantasy question, so it seems like it's a fantasy show. It's my favorite show. I ain't gonna lie. All my shows are our favorite. But yeah, the illest shit, Rod Tidwell, when he got knocked out, and he's capping. He's just like he's really an attention whore in that movie. So when he's laid out, he's just loving that everyone is so concerned, and you can hear a pin drop, and he's just like, listen, right? But then when he jumps up and everyone goes crazy and he busts that 1990, is that what that move's called? Remember the breakdancing move where you go one-handed and spin on your fucking upside down on one hand? The 1990, bro. If I nailed that name of that move, I'm fucking awesome. Because I was never a breakdancer either.
Fella.
I think the move was called the 1990. Anyways, he busts that shit clean too. Wonder if that was really him doing that. But yeah, and he played for the Arizona Cardinals.
Talking about breakdancing, y'all remember Electric Boogaloo?
No. Okay, you got to put me on, bro.
Hold on, let me see if I can find a clip of it. 30-second little short YouTube short. Man, this is fucking 1980s classic. Real hip hop. This real hip hop shit.
Damn, I'm not even knowing, bro.
I'm finna put you up on something. Pause.
I see. You learn something every day. The Electric. And first of all, I was trying to think. I'm like, oh, what could the Electric Boogaloo be? And in my head, like, and
we're finna get into it, man. Let me see.
I immediately went to the electric slide in my head. I was like, is it like the hood electric slide?
Fuck. Okay, we'll play. I'm gonna pull up a clip, and we'll play it.
Just stop
for
it.
like
when
a
play
minute.
it, pause and then play it and pause or speed it up or something.
I got you. Oh
Yeah.
my mouth.
We gotta geek it out.
Shit. Let me see. Give me a second.
We've been pretty good about not getting flagged on.
Yeah, that's the main. You already know that's the main goal.
We were always like, we would give a fuck about if Rico Dowdle did something last year. Like, fuck it, get us that flag, hit the drop.
Come on now.
Rico.
Suave.
Suave.
Okay, here we go. Let's see.
Suave, suave.
Here we go. Present. Share screen. Okay. Here we go. That's too fast.
Natural be here. Oh, yeah, you got more food. Yeah, when I rag like that, I'll back it up. Yeah, you know what? No.
Maybe you're a little overdressed. Don't worry about it.
Look at Ice-T.
Oh shit! He was doing it before Pac, bro. He was the first guy to do the move in the crowd.
Rockstar.
James, can you watch dance?
I don't dance for anybody but myself. Yeah, I know what you think.
That guy,
You're lucky.
that guy is funny.
Watch dance.
Now,
Read it. Come and watch dance.
Kelly.
Solo micro partner, the ear, the count best, so to the fly, young guys, the 30 girl, I think it's gonna take about the hip hop world. Hip hop is a way of life, with the beat and records on the mic, and the records spread to the record beat. Hip hop sound of the
Yeah, that's that shit right there, boy. On my
Okay.
mama.
I'm about to watch that shit. I guarantee that's on YouTube, huh? The whole thing.
On my mama.
Okay.
100%.
I still
That's
need to
that
watch
shit.
the Prince Woo Wop too, man. The graffiti joint.
On my mama. Under the Graffiti Bridge.
I've never
That's
seen that
that's
one
part
either.
two
That's a good
to
I
that's
never knew
part
that
two to
existed.
Purple
Okay,
Rain.
so even Lee's seen it. I ain't even seen that motherfucker.
On
Yeah,
my
I forgot
mama.
though. Lee's seen many moons.
No, someone in this house is a very big Prince fan, so that like a lot of those movies are
Yeah,
there.
Prince is one of my favorite artists of
Yeah.
all
Yeah, come
time,
on,
bro.
bruh.
So shout out to Mrs.
Yeah.
Ears. Let's get it, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, bro.
Hey,
On
I
my
want to
mama.
flip.
Hey, tell her to go watch Under the Cherry Moon, though, Lee.
Oh yeah,
Under the Cherry Moon is a black and white movie of Prince. That's probably
that's a good one. That is good.
So like I really don't fuck with Purple Rain. Under the Cherry Moon and Graffiti Bridge is my favorite movies, and they dope those movies. They were not critically acclaimed because they were after Purple Rain, and Purple Rain was such a hit. Them two movies was considered trash, but them is my favorite movies.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my mama.
Man, that man was.
As a kid, I liked
musician
Purple
like
Rain
no
because
other.
Apollonia. What's her name? Apollonia.
Come on now.
Come on, man. She was bad than a motherfucker to me when I was a young mustache.
Yeah, she got an interview with Vlad, and
word.
yeah, and she said that she got offered to do, or she read the script to Under the Graffiti Bridge and said the shit was trash and didn't accept it. That's why he
Did you
picked
guys see
somebody
the
else.
thread I said this morning? Who's rumored to be the Super Bowl halftime show?
Who?
Jay-Z.
Oh, he coming out the blue.
Let's go.
He coming out the blue.
It was inevitable. He was eventually going to put himself on.
That's who they're rumored to say.
And the Super Bowl is at the Niner Stadium, huh?
Yes, it is.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, I gotta go. I've seen Jay-Z and Beyonce at the Levi's before.
I think Bogey's gonna ask for for Super Bowl tickets.
Listen, bro. I know I might make a few phone calls. No, hey, on God, the 10 years ago when they were in Levi's, my brother and my sister and my brother went. My brother-in-law, his best friend, works for NFL Network. So when you're an employee, for the NFL, you get first dibs to go and buy shit. So they had legit tickets, bro, like 50-yard line shit.
Oh
legit.
wow!
And they're not, my brother, he's from Jersey, he's a Giants fan, and my sister's a Niner fan. But it was just like, yo, we're going to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, and they bought the tickets for Face, bro, at Face.
Wow.
It was still like $7,500 or something like that per. But you know what I mean? That's not bad.
And they was up in that bitch, huh?
It was up in that shit, yeah.
And what teams played?
I got to experience Super Bowl City. It was
what was that? The Carolina and Denver Super Bowl?
Yeah. So in downtown San Jose, it was just like half the fucking city was the orange, bro. Like even the buildings, like I was geeked. I was like, how the fuck?
That's crazy, bro.
This wasn't even like Shroomin' everyday Bogart either. I was geeked. I was like,
that's
what
federal.
The streets, the sidewalks, all the and then the other side was like the Carolina, the electric blue or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's federal.
I was like, how the fuck? They had the banners everywhere, but like they like painted the buildings legit. I was like, what?
For real?
Yeah. Painted the buildings legit. Just walking around like, oh shit. The main little they call it Super Bowl City.
Right.
They flipped the whole woo-wop.
That's federal. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was cracking too. Yeah, that's why we're definitely like last year. I had aspirations of like somehow the GW and we were like, all right, fucking Spencer, we're crashing at your crib. You know what I mean? Because anywhere. But see, this time it's in our backyard, so we might just figure this out. Not even to go.
Regulators,
hell yeah. Hey, real talk. It's so crazy though, like that area just on a regular game. I can imagine. You know what I mean?
And wasn't that like not too after the stadium opened, like 2 or 3 years after?
I think it was 2 years after.
It was the second season. So yeah, 2 years after. Yeah, you're right. 14. We opened up 14. Then there was the oh shit. Yeah. 14. we opened up, and then the 15th season. So it was January or February 2016 for the 2015 season. You know what I mean? So that was that'll be 10 years on the dot when they have it this year. And see, back then it was funny because I was fully on board with all the way up until the Rams did it, or until the Buccaneers did it, and then the Rams did it right after. Because if you hosted, you were a cursed team that year. That used to be what it is. Go down the list. The closest to ever go was before Tom Brady took the Buccaneers. The closest to the farthest of anyone to go was the Case Keenum Vikings. They were hosting that year, and they got to the NFC title game, but they, it was Nick Foles' destiny. You know what I mean? Which is
Nick
crazy.
Foles.
Yeah, because that was the NFC Championship. Nick Foles versus Case Keenum at home, to be the first, a chance to be the first team to play in the Super Bowl at home. And then a couple of years later, Tom Brady. Tom Brady does everything first. You know what I mean? He's like, "Oh, we're hosting it." He was like, "Oh, we're hosting it. That means we're cursed." No. Get me Gronk, AB, and get Leonard Foreskin over here too. You know what I mean? They already had Mike Evans and Godwin. It was insane. Right out the gate. Won it. Yeah, crazy shit. And then the following year, the Rams did it. That was crazy. Who hosted the next year? Oh, I think it was Arizona. The curse came back. Right? Who hosted it last? Where's the Super Bowl at last year?
Fuck. The shit that Kendrick did?
Yeah. Where was that?
Was that New Orleans?
Oh yeah, they were in New Orleans last year. Okay.
New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans was shit too last year. See, look at that. We're gonna have to go back to breaking the curse. Let's go, Niners. That's got to be part of the speech. When you're in the locker room, every halftime, every game, you guys, we got to get back here. This is our house. We got to get back here.
Then Boga, you need to make a speech up and call it in and send it in.
I'll just send Ric Flair. No, because Ric Flair over the
Ric
years.
Flair and a bag of weed.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time Ric Flair, back in the Kaepernick days, Jim Harbaugh used to bring in Ric Flair.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? And have that motherfucker hype him up in the playoff half times and shit. Like Ric Flair, he's from Carolina. We were in Carolina playing Cam Newton and them. They were coming off their bye week. We smacked them up. And I credit Ric Flair going in and saying, "I know I'm from Carolina. Everybody knows the Nature Boy is from Carolina, but I'm a 49 fan. Woo!" And he was just in there hyping him up. I was like, let's go.
You think he really is a 49er fan?
I mean, I believed it at the time, but then I seen like over the years since then, because that was what the 2013 season or whatever it was. Over the years, I've seen him be welcomed into many locker rooms, and he kind of does a similar version of that speech.
Come on now.
But it was in Carolina, where he's a fan of, and you would have thought, he'd be out there at the game rooting for them Panthers. He was like, fuck them. But, he was also, I've seen him on record talking about he's a big Steelers fan too, big Niners fan. He's just basically, but that was the times though, right? Those were them guys, bro. Montana and fucking, what's Brad's name? The blonde bombshell.
Bradshaw.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Snoop always talks about that. Like, everybody from my era, we're Steelers fans. You know what I mean? He grew up in the 70s, you know what I mean? Or was born in the 70s, I should say. So that means all your family and the family before them, this is probably what they saw on TV if you weren't from Pittsburgh, right?
No, facts. One of the first one of the first games I ever seen was the Niners in the fucking the second time they beat Denver. Like 89.
Yeah.
It was the 89 Super Bowl. Oh my mama.
I remember
nigga didn't know what excuse my language. I didn't know what I was watching, but you know how Super Bowls get, everybody be at the house and whatnot. It's turned up.
Yeah. I remember the NFC Championship, they used to host everything.
Excuse me,
you know what I mean? It's a party. Mm-hmm. My pops, he came from the third world to goddamn to Frisco in '78. You know what I mean? And this, pre-Montana. You know what I'm saying? And the city was crazy. I think the Zodiac Killer was still out. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
The city
it was wild. It was wild in the city.
It was shook on everything.
Yeah, the fucking riots and the fucking it was just crazy shit. Then they had the goddamn, what's it called? Then they drafted Montana in like 82? No, 81. When we drafted him, bro. I should know that just to be a Niner.
It was like 79 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, because then by 82, we got one already. You know what I mean? We go to shit. We went. Did we go? Oh no, we went 82 and 84, right?
Yep, the fucking the Dallas Clark. I mean, not Dallas Clark. Dwight Clark, rest in peace. That was.
Oh yeah, I was wearing that shirt the other day.
That was going to our first one.
The catch.
Yeah, that was going to our first one.
Yeah, he ran the route backwards. As legend has it.
That's
you know what's funny? As legend has it, in one of them documentary woo-wops I saw, Tom Brady, he grew up in the Bay. He was at that game as a kid with his pops, and they had end zone seats.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Senior.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, and he was there with young Tom Brady. Probably at that point, maybe 6 years old, maybe 7.
Gotta be.
Oh, he's younger than my.
Yeah, he's older than me.
Yeah, what is he right now? 40.
He got to be close to 50.
Okay, yeah, he's younger than my.
He got to be like 47.
I think I was
he can't be because I'll be 45 this year, and I was 1 when that shit happened. So he had to be like 6, maybe 6 or 7. He can't be 50.
August 3rd, 1977.
Oh yeah, so he's 3 years older than me.
So he was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, he was 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
81.
See,
that was 81.
Because if he's 5 or 6, I would agree. But if he's like 4, I'm like, that's cap.
That he remembers
I'm like,
it.
You ain't remember that shit. But you know what though? I mean, I guess core memories, if that is true, right? You know, imagine that. That's what I'm gonna do, Dad. And then the dad wasn't a dickhead. It was like, nah, bro. He's like, yeah, you are, son. You know what I mean? He did it. He wanted to beat Steve Young and Tom Brady.
But you got to remember, he grew up on the other side of the Golden Gate too, so he was right there, bro. So he got to live. He lived it all. If he was 4 or 5 years old at that game, that motherfucker. When we got to our third one in '85, that was the John Candy game. That motherfucker was like 7, 8, 9 years old, so he remembers the whole Niner fucking run, dog.
Yeah, and then think about this. Even when we transitioned to Steve Young. If you look at young, early Tom Brady, he'll scramble and run around and dive head first. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Remember early Tom Brady? He would dive head first right into the end zone. You know what I mean? Like Steve Young. Not like Steve Young. He was gangly in the motherfucker. You know what I mean? But he would still dive head first like Steve Young.
Yeah, Steve Young is my quarterback.
Me too. That was the Niners I grew up on.
100%.
Yeah, I remember everyone crying that last when they folded up Montana. I remember everyone crying at the party when it was his last game. We lost, and then he went on to the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Oh, then when they lost to the Giants in the NFC Championship to take us to 3 straight Super Bowls. He got hurt that game. I want to say Pepper Johnson. It was either Pepper Johnson. I don't think it was LT that hit him, but I want to say Pepper Johnson that hit him.
And he broke his sternum.
Yeah, he was fucked up, dog.
Yeah, he did fuck him up bad. And then that was the thing. They're like, oh no, he's all broken now. And then Steve Young was just like, yes, finally.
Yeah, he beat us in the regular season, I think, when he was on the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was him, and they had Ray Allen. Not Ray Allen, what's his name?
Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen.
Yeah. And Marcus Allen's like, yeah, fuck it. I want to stick it to the Chiefs. You know what I mean? And he was like, fuck, I'm going to go play with Montana. Who wouldn't, right?
Come on now. You know, he
Yeah, I
couldn't
think they
stand
got-
Al
did they get
Davis.
the title game?
He couldn't stand Al Davis because he drafted Bo Jackson. See, Marcus Allen was also a Heisman running back as
He
well.
had-
But
he had,
made that. He was making that motherfucker play fullback, bro.
fullback.
Oh my mama.
That's what I was gonna say, and he was killing it too, bro.
Yeah, he was.
As a fullback,
That
they
shit
were
is
just
crazy.
together scoring touchdowns. He was just clearing the entire path.
Man, that shit crazy, dog.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
He used to have them motherfuckers line up parallel. They wouldn't be in no I-former shit like that. They'll be in a parallel like type shit. Side by side like type shit. That shit was crazier than a motherfucker, dog.
And that's why Marcus Allen's like a good dude too. You know what I mean? But then he definitely was like, first chance he got, he's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
He asked, I think he and I saw that Football Life back in the days, that little documentary shit when he said, he told Al Davis, like, or he asked Al Davis, do you even want me here? He said no. You know what I mean? He's like, all right then. Because he was willing to stay too, like, fuck it, I like it here, I'll contribute, you know what I mean? But then the Bo Nix thing, what happened first? Did the Bo Nix injury happen first?
Who?
The Bo
Jackson?
Sorry, I said Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson. So Bo was
Yeah, Bo
drafted
Jackson.
by a different team and he wouldn't play baseball.
Yeah.
And so he came to the Raiders after like the contract, because I want to say that motherfucker got drafted to the league that Donald Trump had a team in.
The
Like
USL?
a lot of that, see, that just came on not too long ago
USFL?
too, where I was watching that shit about how that league was paying more players like Steve Young, like a Jim Kelly, I want to say it was. A lot of those motherfuckers in the mid 80s, that other league was paying more than the NFL. So that's why they went over there. Oh my mama.
You know, it's hella crazy when you think about all the quarterbacks from back in the day that had longevity, like it was nothing, huh? You know, Elway. Well, I guess, I mean, again, we're talking again. I guess Elway for that era, but the Marino from that era, Jim Kelly.
Yeah, Marino played. He got drafted in like 84, and I remember him for the
I guess Jim
Jets,
Kelly and Joe
I think it
Montana didn't
was.
even play that long. All things considered, Joe Montana and Jim Kelly didn't play that long, huh? Now that I think about it. Oh,
Who?
actually 13 years for Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe played for a long time.
Yeah.
Because he was drafted, like I said, in like 78 or 79.
Yeah, so then boom, and then he retired in what, 94 season, the 93, after the 93 season. Okay, yeah, that's a grip. It's 15 years basically.
Go ahead and read the comment, Lee. Make sure you shout out to Relly.
Cap for life. Gentlemen, can you smell it? Can you feel it? Oh, football is close. It is
You motherfucking right. Shout out to Cap for life, man,
Cap,
for pulling up.
baby. Long time, Cap, man. Hope you're doing well. And how many days we got? What's the countdown, Lee?
We're down to 74 days.
74 days till we get meaningful football. Let's go.
Well, we have two countdowns. We have our own, and then we have football right when we get home.
Yeah. But we're gonna remain elusive on the other countdown. Don't worry, we're gonna shock the world. 70, how many days though for football?
74 from today.
Sick. Damn, that's only 20,
if we count
it was
the
only 26
Hall of
days
Fame
ago.
games,
We had the 100. We started the 100 down, the 100-day countdown.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
It seems like a hell of long ago already. That's what's up. Football, baby.
We
And
back,
the Hall-
baby. Shout out to
Yeah,
Cap
man.
for pulling up on us, man.
Yeah, man,
Cap,
shout out to
sometimes
Cap.
we've been doing mock drafts on Thursday nights. You know what I mean? But you know, we still
Yeah,
active on-
we'll cook one up. We'll have a playmaker workshop as usual. We'll come up with some. What was the last ones we was doing?
I think we was gonna do trivia night last week.
Oh yeah, trivia. Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, Peacock is already loaded up.
Yeah. Okay, it's going down.
74 days. Let's go. I want in on the fantasy leagues this time. I'm ready for willing and dealing. Come on now, let's get it,
Oh,
bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get it. we'll definitely open up a couple community redraft leagues. You know what I mean? All our leagues are usually like big money, but I think we're gonna make the community leagues affordable especially because Papa Guru requested. He's like, Mogar, why does every league have to be $100 and $200? And I'm like, yeah, you're right, Pops. If you want a league, and we will fill it up. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Caps, everyone. When we get closer, we'll just be maybe August time, right? But we'll start filling them up come July too.
And then remember, Emil wants he fuck with all offensive. You know what I mean?
These are gonna be some all offensive.
Yeah, we can mix it up on everything.
There you go. Yeah, why not? You know what I mean? We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to war with all our brethren. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
All our brethren instead of brethren, right?
Brethren. Oh, I see
all
you.
All our brethren. You feel me?
Oh, my brother.
By the power of all the brothers.
Yeah, that's federal, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We're gonna put that on a t-shirt, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
The brethren. That is federal as fuck, bro.
That was burnt up.
Come on, no, fuck no, that's federal, bro.
I'm just saying,
no, that ain't nothing burnt at all. That's federal as fuck, dog.
Hey, it's Gucci approved, man. It's the
man, oh my mama, that's killing shit, dog. Oh, everything.
Yeah,
hey, y'all using that or see that on a t-shirt somewhere else than not on the neonpeacockmerch.com store. We already know where you got it from.
Oh yeah, we'll kill them. Unalive them. Steal from me, huh? Oh, you know what? Back in the days, if you stole, cut the hand off, right?
Cut the hand off.
Yeah, there it is. You know what? Deal. See, one of the bogeyisms, right, is if they don't stand for nothing, cut off their fucking feet. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, it's I've been obsessing over the laws of power. It's been with me for a couple years, but this time around, and I use this for everything in life, all this shit. Also, the art of war, Sun Tzu. That's my shit. This is real jewels right here. And what's dope is on YouTube, they got the audiobook versions. And they're all quick read or listens. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's real jewels, bro. You want to know what Law 15 is?
Talk about it.
Hold on, let me remember what Law 15 is first. First of all, law number 1, right? Let's just go there. Law number 1: never outshine the master, right? Because the master, he knows everything. But if you outshine the master, it might build insecurities. And the master's like, oh shit, he's too good. I can't teach him everything. You know what I mean? Because and all the laws of power are to obtain power. So you must learn everything from the master and never outshine him. Oh, you know what I mean? And don't patronize him. Don't belittle him like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's obvious I'm better. No, I'm here to learn. You know what I mean? It's one of the laws. It's a good law, right? To start. Yeah. Here's another law. And like I said, I apply a lot of these to fantasy football, right? One of the laws, I can't remember the exact number, but it says, set your goal and achieve it and no further. It kind of sounds whack, but now read into it, right? So set your goal and achieve it and then no further. As in for that goal, that's done now. We can go on, set the next goal, and then move on, right? Because in the moment of victory, you get to rubbing it in everyone's face and shitting on everyone. That is the beginning of your demise. You feel me? The goal was already set. You know what I mean? Part of the goal is to now rub it in everyone's face and gloat. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Because the fantasy gods don't like arrogance.
Come on now.
They punish it. Ain't that right, Bones? That's why Bones rocks my title. Because I dedicate last year's season to Bones and every season.
Talk about it.
This for you, Bones. Bones
So I
tried to
take
outshine
it
the
Bones
master.
is your insurance policy.
Listen, Bones tried to outshine the master. Look what happened to him. You know what I mean? Broke law number 1. Yes. But yeah, highly recommend it. I'll send y'all some. I'll put it in the thread.
Oh, man.
I'm actually breaking one of the laws of power by sharing that. Because it states don't show them all the tricks of the trade, for they could use it against you down the road. You know what I'm saying? You know, 50 Cent, he's hella arrogant. I love him. He said he came out with a book called The 50 Laws of Power. So it's the same exact thing. He just added 2 more laws, right? But 50 always First of all, anytime you watch interviews of any successful businessman or successful, especially businessmen, when they ask what books they read, they always say the 48 Laws of Power and Sun Tzu, or one of the other, if not both. You know what I mean? Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Here's a good gem right here. Here's a jewel. So you'll get game like this. It'll be because it's like philosophical and fucking it's throwback fucking imperial shit. You know what I mean? So it'll be like, you must move like the blackness of the night sky, and when you strike, you come down like lightning. So break this down, right? Move like fucking elusively, like, you know what I mean? But conspicuous. Just no one minds the night sky, but you know what though? They scared of that too. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
And we're gonna move accordingly, just like it. They ain't gonna see it, but when they do, they scared of it, or even the idea of it. And when we do strike, it's like element of surprise, but we strike swift like lightning. Yeah, that's some shit, right?
Come on now, facts.
Yeah, there's all kind of. There's another one too. Here's the law. Here's another law of power. It says, avoid at all costs getting into frivolous arguments, because you will lose more often than not. You know why? Because we're not dumbasses. But these dumbasses, this is what they do all day.
Yeah, nobody listens to two dummies yelling at each other. I forgot how that thing goes.
But also, they really good at this though, because everything's competition, right? In the laws of power, it's about winning. So I'm not even going to involve myself in these frivolous arguments, because these motherfuckers are good at that. This is what they do all day.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to lose there. And at all costs, that you can't lose on every levels. You know what I mean? Because any chink in the armor, you feel me? A chink in the armor, bruh. That shit, you know what I'm saying? It could, what's the word I'm looking for? Everything's fractal. You feel me?
Yeah, if you hit that motherfucking spot too many times, eventually it's going to wear out.
I remember what Law 15 is. It's totally destroy your enemies.
There it is there.
Check this out. Because if you only half cock that bitch and stomp them out only, that motherfucker's gonna come back like Benny Blanco. You know what I'm saying? You must destroy them completely. It's a good law. I feel like 50 Cent really loves that law. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah.
Fucking Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Yeah. That's my new handle. I actually said that in the I said like this. I said connect the blocks like I said connect the blocks like Lego, sauce like Prego. All my Tetris shit, letting blocks go. Tell Carlito, watch for skinny Benny Blanco. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be like one of my AKs. Whenever I'm on with smooth Benny Franco.
Okay.
You feel me?
I'm gonna let you two know right now. I was talking to a friend of mine from a Chargers group, right? Who's a former season ticket holders, and I was mentioning.
I feel like you guys all love each other.
Listen, no. Listen, I was mentioning about doing a podcast, right? Next year, right? And she says, if you want it, I would come on and tell stories, and I also have connections to get players to come on.
Oh wow!
There you go.
So I'm gonna think about it really hard, pause, and maybe do that next year.
Yeah, your
No, for
motherfucking
sure.
studio looking damn good.
Speaking into existence.
On everything.
Can you
You're
hear it?
getting ready.
Hey,
Yeah.
ears got them. He got them super ears. He can hear next year already. He's like,
No, I just want to sharpen up my.
I can hear next year's podcast already. It's a Chargers joint. Look at man. Hey, look, man. The 6 degree of separation is real. I met Diddy one time. Pause. No Diddy. Just saying though, like I met every rap. I met a bunch of rappers, and growing up, I guess it's 20 years ago now. Growing up working in quote unquote media, and it is kind of crazy because for the most part, a lot of them are dickheads, but for the most part, the ones that I grew up listening to, they were cool in real life too.
Is that right?
Yeah, like the ones, like I was never a Diddy fan, and when I met Diddy, he was whack as a person. I was like, yeah, like it made sense.
Were a lot of
Like,
those motherfuckers that was cool? Was they just West Coast people, or did you meet like some people that was from out of town that was cool too?
Young Buck was super cool.
Yeah.
Young Buck, he said, let's take the interview. We're recording the interview, audio and camera, right? And this is 2005, so it's like like the camera for like the homie got the woo-wah. So he says we're in Frisco, and he got a relationship with JT the Bigger Figure because on some side note shit, he crashed on his couch type of shit. He even said that in an interview, right? But he said, hey, let's go take it to the streets. So we walked around Fillmore, bro, and then JT told he caught all the kids out. So these motherfuckers are just walking behind us, and we're just interviewing him. Well, my boy was conducting the interview.
That's federal.
I was just passing the blunts and shit. Because that was in the beginning, because I would take the audio and edit these interviews now. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
And it was an online magazine. And you can get it on DVD. Because back then, in 2005, everybody had the decks that you put the DVD in.
Yeah, I had one in my motherfucking lap.
And then it'll play it'll play the interview. And also, if you were to put it in your computer back then, it'll link you to the website.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty, like, dope we're from the Bay. We do everything independent, but it was like a 3-man party. You know what I mean? And he brought me on super early. Like he was maybe like not even a year in it, and he was interviewing all these motherfuckers. I said, "Damn, how you do that?" He said, "I just started befriending all the PRs on MySpace." So
wow.
I'm like, "How do you find out the PRs of these artists?" I Google it. Like fucking Ty, smart ass kid.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, he was a Chinese Muslim cat, man. Shout out to the homie Big Will.
Shout out Big Bro.
Worldwide West Side.
Come on,
I had
man.
fun for like 3 years, ran around everywhere. Shout out to my man Dino Dolo. I still rock with him till this day.
Shout out Dino.
That's my man out of Oakland. And he was really tapped in with the Bay scene because he also rapped, but he was lightweight, a sound engineer, but he was interning at 17 in Hertz. That's in Hayward. But that's where all the hypey shit came out of, bro.
Out that studio?
Out that studio, because everybody and their mama is, because Hayward is kind of like the central point. Like if you're coming from San Jose, or you're coming from Frisco, or you're coming from Pittsburgh, or you're coming from, Antioch, that whole side, or you're coming from, the north. I guess Vallejo's just far from everything, though. You know what I mean? Vallejo's like going to Sac, basically, distance-wise. But you know what I mean? When you're going, or coming from Oakland, or Hayward's right there. And I was personally tapped in over there because the main engineers over there, they're about 4 years older than me. They went to high school with me.
Oh wow!
So it was kind of cool when you had Trax A Million. He's from South San Jose. He was one of the architects of the hyphy sound. You know what I mean? He had super hyphy and fucking, what was the joint with Keek?
Keek and 40?
Keek and Trax had joints with everybody, but it was the joint when they were all on High Tech with Dame Fame. And but it was Keek the Scene, the boom, boom, doo 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 doo. You know what I'm talking about? That, you know what I mean, for sure. You know what I mean, for cheesy. You know what I mean, for sure. You know what I mean, for cheesy. I'm in the back. He said, I'm in the building and I'm feeling like, yee, R.I.P. to the Mac D.I.E. Don't stop. Keep it going. Got some privilege in the back, and we blowing. I hold it down for the bank, rapping Oakland. You know, they would cut it out, and everybody would yell their shit out. If it wasn't for that granddaddy smoking, throwback. But it was dope. It's just like when us Filipinos had Pacquiao, we had one. You know, and in the Bay, we had Tracks who's making all the beats for everyone. Like, we got one. You know what I mean? We got one, B. Well, yeah, I think that's him.
I think that is him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been rocking for about 2 hours and 59 minutes.
My bad. I had to take a call.
Hey, JD, did you just drop another video this morning?
Huh?
Did you drop another video this morning?
Oh, no, it's just some
A couple
shorts.
days ago, right?
Yeah, it's just shorts. I'm doing all the shorts I've been doing is from all the previous shit.
Are you still using the CapCut?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I gotta see. Go watch that video that Slim sent. That Slim sent something about CapCut changed their policies.
Yeah. I sat through it, but I don't understand like how any of that shit works too. So I was just like, but yeah, you know what? I gotta record some shit. I gotta get on my shit.
My mama. And we 3 hours in. We hitting 3 hours in 40 seconds.
Okay, let's wait for it.
Peacock said
you
you were
guys
like
having an OJ and a blunt for breakfast tomorrow morning?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Good.
Peacock said you will like Nico Machiavelli, the Prince. Is how to rule as a political leader. He was an advisor to the Medici
the Medici family. Yep. They were like the richest in the world at the time.
Machiavelli is the one who quoted, "It is better to rule and to be feared than to rule and be loved."
Yep, exactly. And that's why you hear people say I'd rather be feared than loved. Tupac based his whole shit off of bruh, right? Or not his whole shit, but one of his last aliases, Machiavelli.
Especially that name, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, because if I remember correctly, bruh had faked his death and then came back or something like that. I can't remember. So then, like, that's why that's kind of the origin of why people thought Pac was like faked his death. Like, no, he's alive. He's in Cuba. Remember, it was like,
right.
He's coming out with music, bro. He's gone, bro. Let it go, man. Nah, bro, he's in Cuba. You know why he's in Cuba? Because we can't go there, bro. Like everyone had like
come on now.
Because remember, Americans, we didn't have the they weren't allowing American visas to go up in there or some shit. I forget what it was.
Right, no, because they was linked in with Russia. That's still linked in with Russia. Just not too long ago, they had a Russian submarine in Cuba. And Cuba ain't nothing but 60 miles away from, our border. 100%.
Michael Phelps just hit that shit in an afternoon, huh?
Easy.
Easy. And then they say weed is not a performance enhancement drug.
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
That's Popeye's spinach, man.
Yeah.
Right? You ain't lying.
But
yeah, and I'm excited. I have a cart full of stuff. NeonPeacockMerch.com. It's a 35% off special on everything. Let's go. They're $14 tees. And I'm interested in $16 extra super soft woo wops. I don't have any of those. I like these joints though. They're just like they're super bogey. You know what I mean? They're just the classics and the regulars. But I gotta see what the super soft do. You feel me? Pause.
Hey JD,
I guess I don't need to pause that because that's like Coke.
JD, I'm gonna bring out some marker marker pens like.
I seen that for us to sign. I seen the permanent joints, the gold joints, the gold pen, gold and silver pens.
There's gold and silver.
Oh my mama! So when I was in high school, that's what the motherfuckers used to tag on the desk with. Oh my mama! They'll like
you gotta kind of push down on the motherfuckers. You gotta kind of push the paint out of it.
Bring out some of those to Vegas. That way I can just
Oh, my mama.
Lee, if anyone falls asleep, are you gonna put gold and silver tattoos on them?
No, because I don't want my ass kicked the next day.
That's a good answer.
Fucking A.
Yeah, we're all grown men. Don't mess with another
That
grown
or I
man.
don't want something of mine sabotaged.
Lee's gonna, I'm interested to see Lee's sleep pattern here. You know,
He just
Like,
said he
jumping
seen
through
no
another
sleep.
text. Lee's
know
like my
what?
second
As soon
alarm
as I'm
clock.
done with
He
this
just starts
pod,
texting the
it's
thread.
nighttime.
And you know what? I got a question for you, Lee.
Yeah.
Isn't
brother.
fantasy playoffs around the late August,
Yeah.
What?
or
for
is it still the
baseball?
regular season?
No.
It's
When is the-
well, depend. Well, I'd see. I have still some of my leagues. I have 10 weeks left, but some of them I have playoffs in about 5 weeks.
Oh wow, 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why.
So that'll put us at the end of July. Playoffs will
End of
start.
Yeah, for like one. I think 1 or 2 leagues I have, and then the rest of them go another 10 weeks until the playoffs start.
Because when is the MLB playoffs start? In September,
It's
late
usually like
September,
around Halloween time,
Halloween.
Halloween,
In
yeah.
October.
October into November. Yeah,
Oh, man.
I mean, baseball is 6 months. It's just like football.
Right.
It's
No,
just
but what
the-
I was gonna say is that you're gonna have to be if the regular season is still going on while we're in Vegas, you're gonna have to be up for your fucking waiver wires if you're in the playoff hunt. So you're gonna be team no sleep out there, bro.
I know.
Oh,
It's no rest for the weary. That's why they call me the eaters.
my mama.
But you know what I've been lately doing is I've been picking up my players in the middle of the day, so I don't have to get up.
Like putting the claim in, or just
Well, the only thing this week is it sucks. I have to help my friend out, but the thing is, I'm doing this for him is because if I'm away or something like that, he always does my teams for me. So I felt like, hey, it's one hand wash with the other. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And I didn't mind.
And so you guys, you don't do fab on there then, huh? You guys just do order position.
Order position, but most of the leagues we're in is basically like a lot of I'm a lot of keeper leagues, so I don't really have to do much. See, our drafts are so quick because there's not that we keep a bunch. Some of them are like. I remember one of ours is like it's like 15. It's a large roster, and we keep about almost like what I usually do is I usually keep my whole pitching staff and then just draft the whole freaking my offense by itself.
Yeah.
Because you can, but you got to keep regular like Ohtani and stuff like that. But I got some teams that I'm really stacked team. I got some stacked teams.
Yeah.
But
are you in like the top 3 of the leagues with those stacked teams?
I have about out of my 11 teams, I got about 3 in now in the top 3.
Oh wow! And them keeper leagues too, big bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been working. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, but you know what?
I heard you got a babysitting service. You're league sitting now. How much you charging?
No, my friend Matt.
Lee's over there. He's over there like, listen, my boy's on vacation. I'm babysitting his teams. I'm like, damn.
You know what?
You're a hell of a friend. Are you in those leagues against
him? He said to me, he goes, Roman Anthony is off limits. You touch him, he ends up on your team. You're
so wait a second. You can trade players to yourself right now.
Yeah, I can.
And accept it right then and there.
Yeah, and
then when he asked you what happened, you said, "Listen, you told me that to babysit your team."
Like, who are the players I do like?
Right.
But I won't.
Are you playing against them on the schedule at all?
When I was doing waivers this morning,
wow.
he got when I did waivers for him this morning, he got the bottom shit last players. I took the best players because I did mine first.
Do you believe, Lee? Do you believe in the fantasy gods?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Because if you said no, I'd say just fucking tank his team right now, trade all the good players to you, and fucking tell him.
Well,
it's the diabolical plot.
I looked
the
at
48 laws of power. God damn it!
10 out of his 16 teams, they were like either in first place or second place. And I was like, oh shit, I can't do that to someone. I could be a jackass and say no.
you're a good friend.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up? So I am that friend where they hit me up. They go, "Hey, bro, what's good? What you doing?" I go, "Oh shit, nothing." You know what I mean? What's up? Oh shit, man, I need some help moving, bro. Fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, then I'm helping them move. See, the bad friend, you call them, they go, well, "What's up, Bogey?" "Oh shit, man, nothing, man. What you got? What you into?" "Nah, I'm just chilling, bro. What was good?" "Shit, I need help moving." "Oh shit, bro, I got the cable guy coming actually, bro." You know
I've
what I
done that
mean?
a few times.
And they just lie to me. "Oh, all right then. All right, bro." Oh, you
I've
want to know
done
one of
that
the
too.
40? Want to know one of the 48 laws? Is when you are looking for assist, like when you're looking for help, you're gonna look to allies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you look to the ally, you ask for the help honestly. There's no need to remind the ally of past deeds you've done for them.
Exactly.
Hey, remember that one time I helped you? There's none of that. Because remember, they're trying to kill you. They're trying to crush you totally too if they're following the laws as well. So at the same time, if they were to help you, it was probably because it's mutual beneficial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mafia shit, bruh.
Yeah. I
Telling
hated
you,
that.
bruh. Whoever wrote the 48 Laws of Power was in the mob.
That's true.
Let's do it. That's
All
him.
righty, fellas. It was good rocking with you. I'm off the beat.
Come on now.
Oh,
We'll be back
NeonPeacockMerch.com once again, y'all. Shout out to
What
our
up,
sponsor.
Peacock?
Yeah, I mean, man, we got some ill shit right now. He makes it
happening.
really difficult for me to figure out what I want to order because I'm like, I want it all.
Same. All right. Yeah, guys, check that out. We got a couple more days on that sale. $14 tees, $16 extra soft. Front and back are about 18 or 19, 35% off the entire website. That includes hats, jackets, mugs, tapestries, duvets, whatever. So y'all go check that out. Lots of stuff. If you need anything commission, make sure you hit us up and we can get it taken care of.
I'll hit you up after Peacock. I want to get some commission for my little man.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can
get
be
him
done.
graduating or something.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, until
Peace.
next time. Peace out.
Dang.